All right, testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. We are live. What is up to the crew? Please let me know if you can hear my voice loud and clear and you can see that I am here at the Bybit headquarters in Vienna. There's a lot of activity around me, but please let me know. Can you hear my voice? Is the background music too loud? And I see the crew is in the building. What's up? Husseini in the building. We got Dimitri. Let's go. We got Amir. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I see Yo Bites is here. Ronnie is here. Absolutely awesome to see the crew in the building. Please, please do share the stream, smash the likes, and let's get going. We don't have too many hours today on the charts, so I'd like to do my best to actually do as much work as possible. Please give me one confirmation that the background noise is not too loud. Can you hear my voice clearly? It's only going to be a little bit hectic for a few minutes. They're having a break right now inside their event, and then it should quiet down a little bit, but just let me know what the noise is like at the moment. I do have background cancellation on my voice, so we should be okay. And we're looking good. We're looking good. It's okay. All right. Nice to hear. Nice to hear. Jess is in the building. Thank you for joining. All right. So it should take a little bit of time for the crew to hop on. Nice to see Rose. Thank you so much for being here. And let me just quickly check on YouTube that everything is looking good. All right. It seems like we're looking good. Thank you everybody for being here. No background noise. Wow, okay, the noise cancellation is working. So let's get straight into it. Give me a little bit of a moment just to pull up my trading view charts. And yeah, I'm very eager to get into the charts today. I have a lot to share with the crew. And we're going to go into some higher time frame analysis. Of course, as always, do our due diligence, do some top-down analysis from the higher time frames. I also really want to get into some heavy market charts as well as some altcoin analysis. So I hope everybody's got their thinking caps on. It's okay. Let's hope our charts will get better. Yeah, true, true, true. All right, so let me know in the chat, how's everybody feeling? It's good to see everybody here. I know usually I will actually schedule and announce these streams with more time in advance, but it's nice to know that at least I can schedule a few hours before and I still get some of the crew in the building. So thank you so much everybody for being here. Keep that chat hot. I'm going to go into some Bitcoin technical analysis. And yeah, I know it's hectic, right? It's hectic out here. So let me know if it's too much. There are private rooms I can go in, but I thought it's nice to be here with the atmosphere. And yeah, make sure you keep the chat hot. Let's go into some TA. And please let me know in the chat how everybody is feeling with the charts. Please confirm if you can see my charts. Oh, well, it would probably help if I shared the charts. Give me 1 second. And yeah, things are hectic here. Things are hectic here. All right, there we go. There we go. You should now be seeing my charts. Yeah, let's bring up this one. I think it's nice to have it a little bit bigger. Good stuff, good stuff. You can see now. Okay, perfect. Husseini, what's up? In each and every high and low, we make sure you keep account safe from liquidation because you need money to trade. There we go, my brother. No liquidations should be happening, right? I've been hearing this all the time that traders get liquidated, but that's what stop loss is for. That's what maintenance margin is for. And you know what? The OGs, that's what Husseini, you're here to help, you're here to teach, right? So today we'll speak a little bit about how to make sure that you never get liquidated. All right, I'm using a little bit of a different setup today on Mac, so just bear with me if things are a little bit slow switching between the different charts, etc. But I'm just going to have a little bit of time here on the weekly time frame. I think the candle reading is very important on this time frame. And I just want to actually go a little bit back in time because I am seeing a lot of similarities from the previous range. And you know, some of the best traders I know, they actually look at Bitcoin in ranges, and it's relatively simple, right? You just look for a range that occurred and you draw in a rectangle. And we can see that this is how Bitcoin moves, right? It moves inside these different rectangles, and each time you can identify a rectangle, you can identify what has happened and try and see if this is going to happen again. And what I want to focus in on here is just the last little bit of a range that we had and what actually occurred here, and are we seeing something similar occurring on the charts right now? And in terms of candle reading, I think the weekly time frame here is a really, really nice time frame to zoom in on, because we are seeing a lot of similarities on previous ranges, previous cycles to what we are seeing now. And every time we look at candle reading and we look back at candle reading, we can see just how clearly these candles were giving us the signals. And it's so much easier, obviously, in retrospect, to look back and say, okay, that's what I should have done. But it's a little bit more difficult to say, what are the candles telling us right now and what should we do at the candle close? So I just want to have a little bit of a look. If it doesn't make sense to you on the candle reading, it just means that, you know, you need to go and study. Open up your Bybit Learn. I'm also starting now a whole series of, you know, free course on candle reading, where I'll look at all of my favorite candle patterns and how to actually analyze the anatomy of candlesticks. But let's start from here, where Bitcoin came up to 100,000. The first time that Trump decided to pump Bitcoin over 100,000, we got a 3 white soldiers. We then got a little bit of a continuation from the 3 white soldiers, not as much as we would like to usually see from that kind of a formation. But what's important here is to have a look at this hanging man pattern. We have looked at the hanging man pattern before. It's a very, very simple but very important pattern because, of course, it is a trend reversal pattern. It was then followed by a bearish engulfing candle. We can then see what happened is we got a slight higher high, which then gave us, of course, the bearish divergence against the RSI, and we also got the shooting star pattern. So this was 3 candle patterns telling us a very, very straightforward story that we are looking towards a correction. When we got the hanging man and we actually saw the next candle come in as a bearish engulfing, this is already a very strong 2 levels of confluence that we're looking at a potential larger correction. And then we did go ahead and actually get the bearish divergence by getting a higher high on price and a lower high on our RSI and our other momentum oscillators. And then we got the actual shooting star. You will not find a better looking shooting star like this. It literally does look like a comet in the sky. And of course, with all of these nice indications, we could see that something was coming, and we can see that from the close of that shooting star, Bitcoin did actually retrace 27% on the weekly time frame. All right, then what's important to see is that down towards the bottom of that correction, and I'm going to very shortly relate this previous range to what's happening right now on our charts. All right, now we're getting a little bit more quiet. We have a student event here at the Bybit offices in Vienna, so I'm going to speak a little bit more quietly, and our background noise is going to die down, which is great. But we're going to have a very focused session here. Let me just get through the candle reading, but let me just check that everyone is in. Oh, I see I'm still sharing that comment. Let me hide it. All right, it seems like everybody is in, everybody is focused. Drop me a message in the chat box if you are here. Desmond from South Africa, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you. So awesome. Oh, and look at that photo in Cape Town. Love to see it. All right, no problems, all clear. Love to have it. And please, please let me know your analysis, right? In the chat. I will also open up the Discord. We have our live stream charts in the Discord, so please do feel free to drop any of your analysis in the live stream charts in my Discord. Please also smash the likes, right? I do see that we have more viewers than likes, and the more that you like the stream and comment on the stream, the more that YouTube will actually assist us in pushing it out on the algorithm. And we only have 2 hours today, right? So I'm going to keep it very nice and focused. All right, the next thing I want to look at is this beautiful Harami candle pattern. If you do not know the Harami candle pattern yet, please go and do your own research, learn about it. I'm not going to go into it too deeply today, but most of you know that it is one of my favorite candle patterns, and it is the pregnant mother who births the new trend. Unfortunately, the mother does end up dying, the previous trend dies, and the baby goes on to fulfill its life goals of becoming a doctor or a lawyer or whatnot. And we can see that each time we get a trend reversal on a weekly time frame, it's not simple, right? People get wrecked on both sides, and this is what the whales like to do. They like to drive it down to a lower price for the long, and they like to wreck everybody who gets in too early. And here again, we see price making a lower low for the bullish divergence. If ever you want to get in on a swing trade on a higher time frame, like a weekly time frame, you need to look for these kinds of bullish divergences before you get in. But the first sign for us was this beautiful Harami candle pattern. We actually got a few nice signs here. Of course, on the very large dump that we had here, we had a big wick. We then saw that the candles came to sweep that liquidity at the wick. We also saw the very bullish Harami candle pattern here, then with the bullish reversal, then with the bullish engulfing candle. So very clear to see in retrospect that all of the signs were there for the different reversals and the changing of direction on the larger time frames. Then zooming in here on the weekly time frame, we can also see some very nice signals, and it's actually very nice to check out this monthly time frame. If you didn't expect this kind of a massive retracement here, I know a lot of traders have actually gotten wrecked on the charts. And I mean, this monthly candle that we have received is pretty big. It is that 26, around about a 27% correction on Bitcoin. Very nice to see that we are actually getting a very nice wick to the buy side on this. Some of you will remember I was mentioning the possibility of a bearish God candle here, but for a God candle you would need much smaller wick. And yeah, the God candles can be very, very bearish, or of course they can be bullish. As we can see here, this is one of your typical God candles, which then resulted in a very, very nice rally to the upside. If we look at from the exit of the God candle, of course, the whales going and wrecking everybody, but then that candle going and giving you a 31% to the upside. Then we see our signals that we were given on this monthly time frame, one after the other. All right, look at those inverted hammer candle patterns at the resistance, which are screaming at us that the sellers are actually the stronger side here. Very, very important to take note of. And then we got the doji. So once again, this is a triple confluence confirmation that things are looking much more like a bearish reversal here, right? We get two inverted hammer candle patterns, which are very bearish. We then get the doji showing us indecision, and because all of these sell wicks were much stronger than the buyers at that point, we can see the resulting bearish engulfing candle. And now on the monthly time frame, we are looking at only 2 days left in this candle pattern. And as I say, it is bullish to see a nice big wick, although of course it is not big enough to give us a hammer candle pattern that would look something like this at support, which would be very bullish. Of course, anything can happen in the next 2 days. If Bitcoin does come up in its candle another 10%, which I do think is possible, I don't know how likely it is, but then we could receive a bullish hammer here at the support, and we can see that there clearly is a support line there. And if we get a nice smaller candle body with this big wick, that could be a nice bullish hammer at continuation. But let's quickly move down into the weekly time frame and have a look at this possibility of the Harami candle pattern forming. I mean, even here on the monthly, we can see that if we open the next month and close it with a nice small green candle, which of course would be a little bit of a boring month for the intraday traders. Let me keep my voice down. They're doing a presentation. It'll be a little bit of a boring month, but it would mean, a very bullish outlook in the next few months. So I know we're moving into December. We're going to speak about the possibility of a possible Santa rally. I know everybody's getting very excited. When you see a wick like this, we think, oh, maybe the bulls are coming back. Maybe the whales have dumped us enough, and maybe we're going to get Santa Claus coming to fill our altcoin bags for some profits over December. And 2 days left until the silly season where the whales do tend to go a little bit crazy and make some crazy buys. So let me know in the chat if you think we're going to have a bullish December or a bearish December. But what I'm seeing here is the next monthly candle pattern is so important. If we get a continuation of another red candle, of course, we could see the 3 red candles and even a further continuation to the downside. If we get even a doji cross here, we would get the Harami cross. or what I'm really looking for is just a small green candle body with any kind of wicks to the upside or the downside, but a nice small green candle body so that we can actually get that bullish harami candle pattern. Let's find a nice example. There are more examples on the weekly time frame, but to get a bullish harami, oh, here's a great one. To get a bullish harami on the monthly time frame would be absolutely awesome. It would look something like this. Very, very nice. And here you can see once again the bullish divergence before the nice move up. I mean, even here we can see another bullish harami candle pattern. And they do usually form at the bottom of quite severe corrections. And of course, our correction here has been quite severe. So let's see what happens in the next monthly candle. And let's skip down the time frames a little bit. I know everybody's very eager to get into the charts on the lower time frames. We can see here now Bitcoin's of course above 90,000, which is very, very nice. We can see 2 days left in the weekly candle and not looking too much like a harami here, but if we do maybe cool off on this current weekly candle, which is looking like it could happen since we are coming to the support and resistance flip right now, then we could print a very nice bullish harami here for the weekly reversal. All right, so let me just check that everybody is following. Let's see who's in the building. Bullish December, there's a hope for bullish December. So, when we see a wick like this on the weekly and the monthly time frames, there is some hope of this bullish December. And it's very difficult going back to remember a December that was bearish, right? Because it just seems to be a time where people want to spend money, even whales, people want to buy things because it's been a hard year. If you've made money in the year, you want to enjoy those profits and you want to feel like you're spending something. December. Okay, and we're actually going to look at some analysis from other large analysts and see what they're thinking about here when it comes to December. But nice to see. And of course, anything can happen in the next 2 days. All right, free signals. We're going to have a look at the smart money concept indicators. So yeah, there's going to be a few trades popping off today. We'll see if we can do some live trading. But of course, please, not financial advice. Please take it slow. We come to learn. That's what I like to hear. Any giveaway today? Let's see. Let's see. Push it above the 50 likes and we'll see what we can do, right? We're still more viewers than likes. So push it above those 50 likes and we'll see what we can do for a giveaway. All right, no stress. I will help to escalate as soon as I have some time. I will be back in my office and in my studio from Monday, where it will be a lot easier for me. All right, thank you so much. Smash the like button, y'all. Absolutely awesome to see you here. Just read that the Fed flooded banks with liquidity. Awesome. Please pop us, if you have a link to that article or any nice info there. All right, so we have some for the December and some for the December. Can BTC reach 100K within the coming weeks? So this is really the question on everyone's minds right now. And to be honest, yes, I really do think so. I really do think it can easily pop back above 100K. And I think a lot of you have been following my analysis quite closely. There have been popping lots of up to the date analyses. I also dropped my Coin Bureau video on are we still in a bull market, and it's lovely to see that we did get the reaction that I spoke about directly from that $80,000 level. There's a beautiful order block there. We got the sniper entry at that $80,000 level. So that's what I'm going to look at next. It seems like we're all good, and it seems like we actually have a lot of viewers on Twitter as opposed to YouTube. So if you are viewing on Twitter, please do come through to YouTube and join us in the chat. And please let me know if anybody in the community is new to my channel, new to the streams, and of course, ask your questions in the chat so I can get to them. I only have one screen today, so I'm flipping between them. But it seems to be all good, right? Let's move, let's move. And already we are running through time. So I'm just going to keep it very, very sharp and to the point today. All right, so let's go to the daily time frame on Bitcoin. And look at that V-shaped recovery. That is exactly what we like to see. And of course, a V-shaped recovery is nice and bullish. It does usually result in a continuation. We will see here what happens, but of course, this does look like it could create a beautiful double bottom pattern for us. So be careful, and also be careful of a sweep slightly lower. Remember, for a bullish divergence, we would want to see price coming slightly lower for a lower low. And then we would want to see our RSI and our momentum indicators coming in slightly higher for a lot of bullish momentum. But there are a few different things that can happen here. Of course, since we are getting the very, very nice V-shaped recovery, I just want to speak a little bit about our smart money concept order block that we were analyzing here on the daily time frame. It's a very, very nice time to learn about smart money when we see a sniper entry like this. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Please let me know in the chat, has anybody managed to watch my previous smart money concept order block video that I dropped on the Coin Bureau trading channel? I have now managed to integrate a playlist of my Coin Bureau videos into my personal channel. So if you haven't watched my Coin Bureau videos yet, just go to my channel and go to the playlist titled Coin Bureau Trading, and you'll see the very, very important videos that I have been dropping there. And one of them is the smart money concept order block identification video, which I think is very important. And I'm just going to keep it on the daily time frame for now. And I know I'm squishing in a lot of candles here, but the first thing to really understand when you are looking for a smart money concept order block is to understand a change of structure. And for that, we look at market structure. And this is just so beautiful to see, because so many people told me right straight up, no, like 80,000 is out of the question, right? Everyone was getting so bullish when we were up here, but it's so simple to see, right? So this is market structure to the downside. We see very, very clearly lower highs. We see very, very clearly lower lows. And I mean, this is a typical downward sloping market structure. Oh, this mouse pad is difficult to use, but let me pull up. There we go. Very, very typical downward sloping market structure, and of course, a downward sloping parallel channel. Then in the smart money concept, as soon as you get a higher high, right, that is what we call a break of structure. And I'm sure the smart money concept traders are getting excited in the chat because I'm speaking their language. And you know, this is one of the most profitable risk managed strategies that you can use, because it teaches you to think like a whale, which is, you know, that's why it's called smart money. And what's so interesting here is, you know, now I have a very, very deep understanding of this strategy, and it really has become one of my favorite strategies, because I always am looking for things on the charts that can help me to understand where the smart money are going to place their buys, where the smart money are looking to actually add liquidity or take it away from the charts, and that's what it's all about. So let me know in the chat if anybody is actually trading smart money concept. I know a few of you are, and that's awesome to see. Let me just grab my coffee so I can get some caffeine going. And I must say, it's been amazing to be at the Bybit office. They are just so hospitable. Everything is so amazing. It's like when you come to the Bybit office, you get this royal treatment. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the charts pumping right now. So I'm very keen to go into some 15-minute order blocks as well on some of the alts, see if we can do some live trading. All right, so as we get a break of structure, right here, you can see there was a high. Here was your last lower high. Then we can already see with this wick that the bulls are starting to step in. Then we see what we call an impulse move. All right, these green candles are very, very clearly larger, and it is very clearly a break of structure. And then what you do when you see a break of structure is you look for the previous bearish candle or coil of previous bearish candles before the breakout. And there are always two bullish order blocks to look for, right? There are three ways to do this. Either you can take this entire range as a bullish order block, or you can look for the higher risk entry will be this previous coil of red candles before the impulse move. And as you can see, if you pull that out, it is absolutely beautiful. And you know, I was calling for 80K so many times. I drew in the levels. I said, guys, 80K is calling, it's calling. And one of the reasons is just how clear this smart money concept move is. We have the clear downward sloping market structure. We have a very clear impulse move, and we have a very clear order block. Then what happens is we get price going up, And then all of a sudden we get the price moving back towards the order block, which is called mitigation. I know it's a big word, but it basically just means price retracing back to the order block. And what's beautiful to see here is this right here is where you could have gone and drawn that order block in and already even placed your limit order for the buy. So awesome to see that when this happens, when this market structure plays out, the smart money, the whales actually go and they place their buys there now, right at this time, all the way back in May. They're already placing orders there. And of course, the more orders that get placed there, the stronger the magnetism is to the downside, and they can even push the charts to the downside, the whales, right, to come and pick up their orders. It's such a nice strategy because it really teaches you to think like a whale. All right, so then we can see if you zoom in here, and I'm going to go a little bit closer. I know that some of us are even on mobile, but like I said, the first most risky order block, right, will be the first red candle or coil of red candles before your break of structure, your change of character. And here, your second red candle will be your second order block, right, which will be a little bit of a lower risk. And we can see here this order block was, of course, the absolute sniper entry. Price came directly into this order block. So the basic idea here is to enter at this area with a little bit less margin, right? Less leverage, and it's the higher risk play. And then from this order block is your slightly lower risk play where you can go in with a little bit more margin and possibly even a little bit more leverage. And we can see here, if you played your cards right, you could have gotten two beautiful, beautiful entries, which are now absolutely pumping. And we can see even if you entered, like for me, in terms of how I trade smart money, I like to enter from the middle of the order block, and I like to place my stop a little bit below the order block. And we can see here the strategy basically would have played out very nicely for both order blocks, and this one was the ultimate one. If we entered from the middle of the order block, boom, there you have currently your 14% up on Bitcoin, and that is no small ROI. Even on a small leverage like a 5 or 10%, you're looking at 140% ROI. Never mind those like our beloved McCall in the communities who are smashing 100x with a 1,400%. Not bad, not bad. All right, so I'm going to go quickly into the chat. Please let me know if everybody is following, if everybody is with me. And lovely to see that the crew is sticking through. Let's go, let's go. Thank you everybody for being here. Please do smash the likes if you are here, and let me know if you are enjoying the stream. And of course, let me know if you're new to the stream. All right, nice to see the chat. Let me have a look here. All right, of course, yes, we've got our HU trading the smart money concept, and you're killing it, bro. And how beautiful is it to see smart money concept on the daily time frame working out like the most sniper moves that you could possibly imagine. All right, I started from yesterday to watch all YouTube videos to learn to trade and see how you think. Hey, Dimitri, nice to have you. Let us know if you come from Coin Bureau or how you found my channel. But lovely to have you as a subscriber. And please, on the videos, do try to ask your comments. I was going through my previous comments on my channel. I see that I have hundreds of comments that somehow slip me by on all of my videos. So I'm actually going through them to answer each and every question. So if you have any questions at all on my videos, please do ask them in the comments. Yet to get SMC. Alright, so on my channel, go to my Coin Bureau Trading and find the SMC order block identification tutorial, because honestly, for me, that video is 2 years in the making. I've been studying SMC for 2 years, and I finally have it nailed. And a lot of why I have it so nailed is because of Tuffy's SMC indicator that has actually taught me really how to identify these order blocks. And as you can see, it's essential. It's absolutely essential, right? And the other day, I was having a chat with one of my new friends who's from Australia, and he's a smart money concept trader, and we were actually doing an interview, and we were talking about, you know, how come smart money concept is working so nicely on crypto. And we were saying that actually maybe it's because more and more crypto traders are finding smart money concept coming over from forex, and we were saying like it's an interesting question. Like the more traders who trade smart money, does it mean the concept works better or it works worse? And in my opinion, like of course it will work better, right? Because the more traders who are placing their limit orders at smart money concept areas, the more buys will come in when price hits there and the better reaction we will have from those areas. So it's a nice time to be learning smart money because as you can see, we are getting magnifique moves from those zones. USGV, what's up, my brother? Nice to see you, man. All right, so this is actually the EU headquarters, right? I'm in Vienna at the EU headquarters. Pretty cool. Yeah, and it's nice to see like the break of structure was extremely clear. So it's like how could you not realize that smart money concept order block? And it's even cool for me because I was telling everyone, look at the order block. Like, why would smart money not mitigate back down there? And then they did. And all of a sudden, everyone's so bullish when we're at 110K, 112K. Then all of a sudden, we're bumping down to 80K and everyone's so confused. But the charts were calling for it for so many reasons. So I hope that you got in. Yeah, the royal treatment has been amazing. I mean, friendly faces, smiles, the best foods, the best coffee, and of course they set me up here with always the best live streaming setup. Absolutely awesome. And if you want, just now, once they're done with their presentation, I'll take you on another tour of this Bybit office, which is really, really beautiful. This is the best view that I've seen in any office in my life ever. This is a 46th floor penthouse office and I can see all around me, I can see the whole of Vienna. Absolutely crazy. Any quick setup? All right, so in the first hour, we're doing in-depth TA, right? In the second hour, we're going to do altcoins. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of setups. And there's no stronger setups than the setups that we find as a community. So I hope that everybody, yeah, will stay tuned. All right, are expecting a strong bullish break of structure validate to 100K. So what's interesting now is that's a great, great question. Great question. And let me go into it and then I will catch up on the rest of the chat. Let me switch back. Let me switch back. I'm not used to using a single screen. All right, so what we are seeing now is again, like just a repeat, which is so interesting. These charts, like everything is fractalized on the charts and everything is just simply a repeat of before. And I think price action candle trading, Mr. Pact, I think you are watching. I saw one of your comments lower down that I'll get to now. And yeah, it's absolutely lovely to have you, man. All right, so we can see a very nice parallel channel here, and it's actually like I think it's a nice time on the charts because of course when we get a massive dump like this, right, and then a further continuation, what we're getting on the charts is actually a flush out of paper hands and of retail, and once that happens, the charts actually tend to align very nicely to technical analysis. So we can see here in this parallel channel time and time again exactly where our resistance is, exactly where our median line of support and resistance flip is, as well as our lower support. Now that we have 2 wicks at this level, we're very, very clear that that is our lower support. And I want everybody to be very realistic here, right? There is, of course, always the possibility that we can come really to test these lower levels. We saw MicroStrategy mentioning $25,000 in their last tweet. Very important, right? Everyone was saying, oh, MicroStrategy will get liquidated at 70K and then we'll see the charts dump. Like they just put it straight. They said we will not get liquidated even at $25,000. We will be able to buy more. And I mean, I thought, of course, MicroStrategy is not stupid enough to ever have liquidations so high up, and they've been buying Bitcoin since $1,000. So no, they will not be liquidated, and they will always buy more. But it was very interesting to me that they did mention $25,000, and I just want you to keep that in mind. If there is a black swan, right, there's lots of possibilities. There's war in several different countries, of course, all over the world right now. We have the Russia-Ukraine thing ongoing. We also have people talking about nuclear threats within the US, and if any kind of these black swan events do occur, we could see sharp wicks all the way down to 50 and 25k. And if that really does scare you, I just want you to be realistic and understand that you probably are over leveraged into the market. I mean, if you're holding Bitcoin on spot at these levels, you're fine. But if you are having, much too much margin in high leverage trades at these levels, and your unified trading account would be liquidated if we go down to say 50k, I want you to be very realistic here, because of course, as Husseini said at the beginning of the stream, right? Capital preservation is everything. You cannot trade without money, and you just need to be realistic here. All right, so on this daily time frame, it's very clear to see that now we have broken above our median line, and we are making a move up towards our resistance. Let's see what happens here. We have not yet gotten a retest of our median line, which usually will happen. Like we saw here, we reached the bottom, we came up above, and then we came to retest that median line before going up to the top of that parallel channel. So we could get something similar at these levels. We get a move above, we get a move back down to retest, and it might even be another tap of that smart money concept order block. Remember, I also smoke. I don't smoke. But remember, I also spoke about the idea of a bullish divergence, and I'm going to bring up the momentum oscillators and of course the market cipher B shortly. I really hope you've all been focusing on the market cipher B strategy tutorials. I've put a lot of work into them, and they really are the best trading strategies that you can use, hands down. So let me know in the chat if you have been enjoying the market cipher tutorials and if you've been learning. I mean, the first one as an intro, I wish I had that video 3, 4, 5 years ago, because it took me so much longer than it had to learn market cipher, because no one teaches you. I could only learn market cipher through being on CryptoFace's live streams and watching him trade it, but there was no one apart from Jay Casper, who in a private session one time said, okay, let me teach you. There's been no one who's actually broken down the different parts of the market cipher. So we're going to go through it a little bit today, also just for me to give some help for those who have been watching the strategy videos, who have been using the strategy videos, for me to give you a little bit of one-on-one tuition, and that's one of the best things about a live stream like this. But yes, what I want to look at here is the possibility of a fake out or even a slow move, but basically a move back down below this low, right? So that we get a lower low on price and then a bullish divergence. And I would not be surprised if that even comes down with a wick down to these lower levels at the bottom and then a nice move up. All right, so let's bring up these momentum oscillators. I mean, it's so hard to not look at market cipher. I want to keep market cipher for after the RSI, but as soon as we bring up the market cipher, we just see the most beautiful patterns. And I mean, well done to everybody who has been learning the trigger waves tutorial. Let me know if you have been watching the tutorials. The trigger waves tutorial is absolutely beautiful. It's the last one that I dropped. It is a scalping tutorial. And as we can see, the last trigger wave that we got here on Bitcoin on the daily time frame was undeniably amazing. I know a lot of traders will use the trigger wave patterns on lower time frames for scalping, because it's of course slower to get trigger waves here on these higher time frames, but they are just these absolutely beautiful patterns. And please watch the video, right? I'm not going to do a full tutorial now, but of course your trigger wave needs to be either at or below your 45 level. So make sure you edit your settings according to the settings that I've given in the tutorial. And we can see, look at this beautiful upwards correction. Look at this beautiful upwards correction. It is an undeniably beautiful strategy. Never mind the bullish divergence strategy, which is the video I dropped before. So they are all there for you to watch. And honestly, now I feel like it's up to you, right? I've done the due diligence from my side to take these strategies, learn them for years, break them down into videos, and now they're in 7-minute, 9-minute videos that you can just practice, pause, study, replay, slow down, put subtitles on, do auto dubbing in your language, do whatever you need to do. But make sure you learn these strategies, because those of you in my community who are trading these strategies are by far the most profitable, and yeah, very proud to see. All right, so let me just catch up on the chat quickly, because I think, that's obviously one of the most important things about these live streams, is being together as a community, being here for the community. So right now, let me know in the chat who has watched my previous Market Cipher strategy videos that I have been dropping. Correction. 125 billion liquidity was pumped at the start of November. Okay. What's your take on the starting of QE and its effect in BTCD? All right, so we'll talk about it. We'll talk about BTCD. We're going to go into the market charts. Let's stick onto Bitcoin for now, but yeah, I'm loving your input. Loving your input. So JDM, let me know, are you new to the community or are you using a different username? Do I know you personally? Because I'm really enjoying your input. There we go. Following. This is what I like to see. Beautiful stuff. There we have Mr. Pact in the building. So nice to see you, brother. What an honor, and thank you for joining. And please let us know if you have any OG analysis. And you know what? Maybe I'll teach some of your concepts today. I have been taking very, very careful note of what you've been speaking about, and it's amazing. It's amazing, and thank you so much for teaching in my community in the South. I call it my community, but it's the Bybit South Africa community. Do we have the legend? Do we have the legend, Mr. Tuffy? Thank you so much. And I know you've given me the feedback that I take too long to reply to the chat on the live streams. And it's even more difficult today because I don't have two screens, but I've made the latency low. So unfortunately, you can't have auto closed captions today, but at least the latency is low. And I'm going to try check back on the chat at least every 3 minutes or so. Oh, amazing to have you. Okay, I'll do another tour. I'll do another tour shortly. Smiley in the building. Mr. Mikun, I do believe. Welcome. Oh no, Smiley is from Tuffy Gang. Beautiful stuff. Let's go. Wait, where's Godfather? Is Mr. Smiley Godfather? Okay, beautiful. Okay, yo, Bytes. If BTC recoverable altcoins like AI and privacy tokens outperform. Guys, if BTC recovers, of course, altcoins are gonna go absolutely insane. Right? But BTC is still in a big correction, and what's so interesting is that BTC has now fallen far below its 10th of October liquidation wick, right? That very strong Black Swan liquidation wick. A lot of altcoins are only now starting to reach that liquidity sweep at the wick, and I told you, right? I said that's where to look for the altcoin buys, and they're popping off one by one. All of the beautiful altcoins that have already reached the bottom of that 10th of October huge bear wick are just printing beautiful gains. And there we have Bitcoin now just struggling to hit above that 93K level. So I will zoom in closer on the charts shortly. All right, nice to see that you're enjoying the videos. It's interesting to see because the Market Cipher videos haven't done as many views as the other videos because people don't want strategy. People don't want to think for themselves. They don't even want to have to apply their own strategy. They just want YouTubers to tell them, buy now, sell now. And it's like, then they complain that they lost money because the YouTubers were wrong. Like, of course, never listen to a YouTuber who tells you to buy or sell now because they only want you to create volume on their affiliate links. Like, it's so obvious, is it not? So only look for what we call evergreen content. All right, strategy content that is there as education for those who are searching for it, that allows you to do your own research, plan your own trades. You do not want to be the person who just gets a fish, right, and eats for a night. You want to be the fisherman. Am I right? BMC is a great pick. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I've gotten a lot of, like, I wouldn't say hate, but also a lot of flack for using VMC because people say, oh, it's not the real Market Cipher. I mean, I use it because it's free, right? And it's just as good as Market Cipher. Some of the best traders I know are using it and it's free. So, of course, I'll teach it to you because nobody wants to go and put down money, especially if you're not a profitable trader yet, right? You want to use the tools that are free to earn some money, and then you can go and buy Tuffy's indicators, right? And then you'll just be making bank, milking the markets, bankrolling the whales. And we're actually gonna go into a few of Tuffy's indicators shortly. Make sure you watch the previous video I dropped on the SMC indicator because it's absolutely exceptional. It's one of the best indicators I've ever seen created. Welcome, Big Dreams. Lovely to have you, mate. Always supportive. Yeah, Tuffy is the best. Tuffy is the best. All right, you have been watching it. Awesome stuff. Buchle, welcome. Very insightful. Okay, great to hear. Divergence strategy and SMC OB indicator combined. Okay, great. You've been using, I mean, if you use the market cipher divergence with the SMC, you will be a trading god. Like, that's all you need, right? If people don't learn strategies, they'll become just bots that are expecting the trigger. And that's the worst thing because then it's like they're looking for someone else to blame. They don't want to put in the effort. They want someone that they can blame. And I mean, they do. They follow YouTubers who are saying, Bitcoin's dead. Like once Bitcoin's already at 80K, YouTubers are just like FOMOing and saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's dead," because that's what gets the clicks, right? If you sign up under their link and you trade even one trade, they earn some money, right? That's not how I work. Honestly, when I look at someone in my community, I'm not thinking, what are they doing now? I'm thinking, what can this person do in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, right? To be a successful trader. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I see we're almost halfway to our likes goal, and we're doing very, very well for time. Absolutely awesome. Hey, Warren in the building. I hope you're much, much better, bro. I know that you were in hospital for some broken bones. Back in action. Let's go. Pumped, pumped. Lovely to have you, man. You guys can see I'm on fire here. Found you through Coinbearer. Lots of respect. Oh, it sounds like we've got a South African here. It sounds like we've got a South African because I hear the brah. I hear the brew. Nice to have you, brother. And it's cool to hear that you found me through Coin Bureau because, man, the Coin Bureau crowd is brutal to anybody new who comes onto the channel. I mean, the first video I dropped there, they're telling me, oh, someone's hacked the channel. You're Pakistani. Oh, beautiful stuff, man. Lovely to have you. Mustafa in the building. Welcome, welcome. All right, great stuff. Okay, so I'm up to date on the chat. Right, Tuffy, let us know what's up. Let us know if there's anything beautiful that you're eyeing. And I'm going to go straight back into the charts because I know we're all desperate, right, to get onto the lower time frames. But we have to, of course, always do our due diligence on the higher time frames before we can go into any kind of 15-minute or 5-minute charts. And really, I have been falling in love with the 5-minute charts because, as most of you know, I have been participating in esports trading championships. And I have found that this is actually something that I'm good at and something that I love doing. So I will be participating in quite a few next year. It looks like there's 4 or 5 all over the world. The first one coming up in Miami, which I'm quite excited about. It will be my first time in Miami, not the first time in US, but it will be fun. And the last one was in Portugal. I actually came second. So my esports trading career is going well because the first one I won, or I came first. Second one I came second out of 16 traders. So the record is looking good. All right, so we can see that Bitcoin is giving us a little bit of a wick here. We do have 3 candles, green candles in a row, so we're not really looking at a reversal yet here on the daily time frame, but we can see a strong support and resistance level flip coming in, so we might see a little bit of a turnaround here, possibly back even to give a retest of that median line. And what we can see here is the stochastic on the daily is reaching up into overbought. It hasn't actually turned around its direction yet to come back towards its slow moving average, so it looks like we're still actually trending upwards here. And we can also see on the daily time frame what looks like a break of structure on the RSI, so this is really nice and bullish. And it also means, this is really what I want to mention here, is that it's really nice and bullish to see how much momentum has come in here. And it's so great. Did anybody see the update on TradingView that now gives you order flow footprints? Right, we have been waiting for this for many years. I've not actually used it yet, but I saw the update. And if you want to know the updates, right, you go to your notifications. Or you can even go to what's new, of course, right? But if you go here and get in on the Black Friday, I think there's only a few hours left. I have extended my TradingView subscription for another year, and it's the biggest sale that you ever get on TradingView. But this is what I want to mention. Look here, order flow footprints. New alert conditions, volume footprint charts have become an even sharper tool for understanding market activity, right? For many years, we have had to move over to other programs to give us our order flow footprints, our volume order flow footprints, and now we are actually getting order flow on TradingView. Very simply just a volume footprint. So this is a game changer, and I will be making videos on this. I've hesitated to make videos on this because the the order flow platforms have been paid, and I like to, do courses on stuff that is free, so everybody can use it no matter what your condition is in terms of disposable income or liquidity that you can actually use. The main thing is to build an account and then buy your tools. And some of you I'm very proud of. Ricardo, finally you're getting to the point where now you can invest in tools for trading, and that's when it starts becoming a lot easier. All right, but what we can see here is that our RSI has really pumped up very, very nicely from the oversold level. And again, just, a note to use your RSI. Make sure that when your RSI does come into these very, very heavily oversold levels, just take note that especially on the daily, because it happens so rarely, that most likely if you see Bitcoin going into the oversold levels, you will get a nice reaction, and it is a good time. Of course, you need four more levels of confluence to give yourself those 5 levels of confluence, but it is usually a nice time to get bullish, especially for the intraday traders, or the swing traders who are trading on the daily to weekly time frame. All right, but now what we can see is that we would just need a higher low anywhere above this level. So we're looking for this kind of an angle, right? And then this, we actually want a lower low. And when I'm looking at the daily time frame in terms of divergences for lower lows, I actually look at the candle bodies. So for me, if we get candle body closes and a reversal anywhere below this level, then of course we would get a lower low on price, and we would get a higher low on the momentum on the RSI. And time again, every time you see a major correction, I mean, look at this, right? What did we get? Boom, clear as day. We got a bullish divergence. And this is what the charts like to do. They like to rinse and repeat. We can even see here, here's a bullish divergence. Boom. Here's another bullish divergence. Boom. There we have our double bullish divergence. There we have our reversal, and massive, massive price action to the upside. And it does look like something similar is occurring here, simply because we have managed to reach down into this oversold area. All right, and anybody from the Coin Bureau trading channel who's with us right now, let me know if you think I should be doing some live streams on the Coin Bureau trading channel, because it's something that I'm thinking about doing with Mr. Louis. Louis is from the main channel, and he's going to be coming to do some streams on the trading channel. And he asked me if I would like to join him, so I'm thinking about it. Okay, so I think it's time to go into Market Cipher. Let me catch up on the chat once again. It's so lovely to have everybody here. And if you are in the chat, please do not be shy. Make a noise, right? Lovely, all good. Lovely to have you, man. I know you're super busy, so it's super awesome to have you here. And yeah, please let us know if you've got anything interesting to tell us from the charts. We know you're the OG, right? And I saw your last idea that you posted on TradingView was really solid. Right, I would actually love to check it out right now. Um, because I want to urge everybody to start posting TradingView ideas. So I think, all right, this is your precision reversal indicator that I also want to check out, but let me try get to your profile. Surely it should give you a Tuffy Calls profile here. Oh, there we go. All right, very cool. I mean, look at these ideas, guys. This is so amazing, and Tuffy's going to be posting more and more of these. But you can see these are free, beautiful trading ideas that Tuffy's posting. And yeah, should we have a look what happened here? I mean, these ideas are so fun because you can actually go and push play. And there we go. I mean, Tuffy's the OG, right? Look how this idea played out. Absolutely exceptional. Maybe not to full take profit, but here we can see really nice reaction from the bearish order block into, of course, a a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio from the stop loss. And I remember that Tuffy actually posted in the community that he's closing the trade at a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So that's how good he is, right? And go and actually give it a like. I see 77 people are looking at this and getting this information, but only one person actually giving him just a little bit of positivity, right? So please, please make sure you do. And yeah, really interesting to have a look at this. So it didn't quite come up to the order block, but the short continuation was there. And I mean, this is, one of my favorite things about TradingView. Let me see if I can actually show you. Where's my ideas? I'm not even sure how to get to my own ideas. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to Tuffy, subscribe to me. My last idea actually got taken down because I put a YouTube link to a tutorial in it, and I didn't put it back up, but the one before that was really amazing to see how it played out. All right. Let me make sure I'm up to date in this chat because I did get the feedback right that I'm not getting up to date in the chat quick enough. And please, if you are here, of course, smash the like, share the stream. All right, we will get into the 5-minute time frame, and that's where we're going to look at the SMC order blocks because I've had a lot of practice now through the esports trading using the 5-minute time frame. And let me tell you something: the 5-minute time frame with Tuffy's SMC indicator is like money printer goes brr. It is absolutely amazing. And what I'm doing now for the esports is I'm actually doing an hour per day where I actually practice on a demo account, and I have a heat as if I'm in an esports trading competition, right? Which is where you have to go in with pretty high margin. They give you a $10,000 account. You have to go in with a relatively high leverage, and you have to go in with 20% of the margin. So you have to go in with $2,000 trades, and they're 30-minute heats. And there's nothing better than the smart money concept 5-minute time frame. Honestly, it's been really, really profitable. Even within the esports tournaments, it's been so much fun. Showing me a bear breakout right now. Interesting, interesting. 5-minute bear breakout. That does look like what's happening. Right at the 0.35 fib on daily of current leg. Interesting. Right, I love having the OGs in my chat. Let's go. All right, so if we look at the fib here on the daily, I'm guessing that you just did it from the previous leg. And yeah, very interesting, very interesting. I would usually do it from the candle bodies. And if we do it from the candle bodies, we can see it's directly at the 0.382. But of course, it's a good idea to cluster it so that you're using the wick and the body. But if you do this fib retracement, we can see the rejection that is currently happening directly from the 0.382 Fibonacci level. And I have not given up on Fibonacci, right? Just because I'm using smart money doesn't mean that I'm not putting it in confluence with Fibonacci, which is the OG indicator from my trading strategies. All right, and then it looks like maybe Pact, you're using the wicks for your Fibonacci's. So if we use the wicks, we can also see I don't actually have the 0.35 level on my Fibonacci, but almost reaching up to the 0.5. And then what I'm interested in here is let's just see what happened here, right? Was this a golden pocket? Fakey, look at that. All right, so if we do our Fibonacci retracement on this major uptrend, to see, of course, once we got the mitigation, like where the golden pocket level would be, and we can see our fake out below the golden pocket, and we can currently see that we are actually in the golden pocket level, which is, it's a bullish atmosphere, right? It means that no matter what happens here in terms of ranging, we could get a beautiful impulse move, even back above this all-time high level. And we're getting the wick. Actually, right now, it doesn't look too bad as a golden pocket. We get a little bit more skeptical about the golden pocket if we keep ranging here. But right now, due to the V-shaped recovery and the wick below this golden pocket, it is actually looking like we could get some kind of nice recovery from that golden pocket. So thank you for reminding me about the fibs. That's super nice. And if we actually do another fib here, I mean, we can spend hours doing fibs. It's like one of the best things you can do. But if this is a completed trend, Right, if we do go up and change the trend here, then it's like, where are the take profits? Especially now, if you are in the trade from the smart money concept order block, where would your take profits be? The best thing you can use for finding take profits is your Fibonacci retracement. And here on the retracement on the entire trend, we can see it's the 0.236 right now. That is giving us a little bit of trouble, or where we are sitting. And then we can see the 0.382. I mean, already this would be your first take profit. So congratulations if you are already meeting your first take profit level. And then we're looking at 97,000, 103,000, 108,000, and then this is your golden pocket level where you will really be looking to take maximum profits, because if this is going to now be a downtrend, this will be the reversal level. So yeah, Fibonacci giving us the juice. All right, how are we doing? We're through our first hour and we're not even through Bitcoin yet. I still want to look at market Cipher and go a little bit further down on the time frames, but you know what? Let's take it slow because that's the only way to go. Alrighty. Okay, so well done to everybody who's been using the market Cipher. Let me quickly catch up on the chat so I don't get left behind again. All right, great to see you here. I do see we have a lot of viewers on the other platforms, so if you are watching on Twitter, please do come through. All right, need a tutorial. Which tutorial? Let me know. I've got quite a few new tutorials in the making. Doesn't matter where you make them, we'll be there. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Alive, love for the toughie. All right, you got a 1 to 2. I saw that. It was beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, exactly right. You need to get somewhere first. It's very difficult to go buy indicators as a beginner trader because it's like, where are the funds coming from, right? Although, I would recommend buying Tuffy's indicators because they're for life and they're just so good. I've seen traders in Tuffy's community just making absolute bank with these indicators, but I know it's really hard as a beginner to buy an indicator. Well done. Learning to trade on demo, that's the best way to go, and of course what I really love to hear. There we go. Don't use one concept. So very nice to hear. If you can use the market cipher divergences along with the smart money concept, you're putting yourselves in a very, very good position. Take profit strategy for long is bearish order blocks. Yeah, that is a good strategy. That is a good strategy. So let's quickly take a look. I like that. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. I want to show you guys the view before the sun goes down. The sun sets at 9 minutes past 4 in Austria. So yeah, it's setting shortly. I'll give you guys a little tour. We'll take a little bit of a break. Okay, in terms of take profit strategy using smart money concept bearish order blocks, it's a really, really nice strategy and we can see how well it works. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into using the Tuffy SMC indicator on some of the lower time frames, but let's just have a look at market cipher on the higher time frames, just to give ourselves a little bit of a zoom out analysis here. And you know what, let me give you guys a little tour now before the sun goes down, otherwise you will not see anything. So let me know if you're keen for a little tour. Make this big. Right, let's go for a little walk. We've been working hard, yeah? Let's take a break. Let's take a little break. Right. So, I mean, wow. Have a look at that. How incredible is this? Absolutely incredible, right? We've got the river. I mean, if you look closely, let me try and show you. So you can see right there, that's a castle, right? That is actually an Austrian historical castle right out of the window. Super, super nuts. And I mean, you can't get better than that, right? You can't get better than that. Absolutely amazing. And you can see it never stops. Here we have students learning about fintech, about Bybit. Absolutely awesome. And I think just bear with me. Let's take 2 minutes break while I get another coffee. I need some liquid in my throat or I will lose my voice completely. And yeah, Bybit's killing it, man. What a beautiful office. And here you can see the coffee's not bad quality, right? We got a Starbucks in the office and the Bybit crew. Thanks, guys. I mean, this is not bad service, right? We got Starbucks right here. It's as easy as that to get caffeinated in the office. All right, forgive me all just for having a 2 minute break here. But you can see I'm tired, right? This has now been like 3 weeks of consistent traveling. Trains, hotels, planes, hotels, Airbnbs, trains, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you think you can do it. You think you can do it forever. You think you're Superman. You think you're fine. But actually, like just being out of your own comfort zone, out of your own bedroom, your own bed. Like, I have a YouTube studio at home and that's where I like creating content. Just being out for so long is tiring. It's tiring. And yeah, it does have the effects on you. LTech in the building. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're just taking a little break. Oh, there we go. My coffee's ready. Let's get back into it. And that's how quick it is to get Starbucks in the office. Absolutely awesome. All right, so this office I do believe is closing in the next 50 minutes. So let's get back into it. I do want to show you the rest of the office, but maybe if we have time at the end, right? All right, let's roll. Okay, so drop me a chat message if you're still with us. I see we have much more on Twitter. So no hate for Twitter, but come through to YouTube because that's where the fun is at. That's where the crew hangs out. Bro, fumes and coffee, dude. Speaking my language, man. And you know what? I also love to travel. So, not last night, right? Last night I slept. But I'll be very honest with you. The previous night, I walked around the city until 6 a.m. This city is so beautiful. There was ancient stuff to see. And I just kept walking, right? I just kept walking until 6 a.m. It was absolutely crazy. So that, of course, added to how tired I am. Caffeine and Fu Manchu. That's how we do it. All right, thanks everybody for being here. It's not going to be a long one today, so we got another 50 minutes in the stream. And yeah, I'm very impressed with everyone for sticking through. I do appreciate it. Share the stream, smash the likes. If you are new, let me know. And everybody who's live with us, drop us a chat message right now. Ask me your questions. Let me know which else you want to look at. Even if you just want to say I'm alive, I like to hear from each and every one of you. And I'm going to seriously pick up the pace now. All right, so on the monthly, we can see that Market Cipher has actually been calling these rejections, these retracements with bearish divergences on the monthly time frame. Like it's undeniably obvious. Like looking at this, it's like how can you not get these moves? right? Yes, they do print, a little bit late on the monthly time frame, so it would be somewhere in this candle, but there's still so much room for the retracement after they print. And like this one actually printed quite early. So of course, when you're trading monthly time frame and you get a bearish divergence, you don't go in with 100x, right? You go in with low leverage, or you maybe even sell some spot, right? Spot trading is nothing wrong with spot trading, guys. You sell 25% of your Bitcoin portfolio when there's a monthly bearish divergence, and then look, once you get the green dot, that's when you can, actually go buy in. And here we can see that we've needed a correction here on the monthly time frame for a long time. And this is bull market styles where we're very high up on the wave trend and it's just not coming down. And we can actually see now on the money flow that money is flowing out. Right, so VWAP crossed over here. We got the bearish divergence and money flow is pointing down. That's our triple confluence for a bearish divergence. And it's monthly time frame bearish divergence, boom. We got the liquidity sweep wick just to stop everyone out, but from the bearish divergence, that was our 28% down on the monthly time frame. Really, really beautiful. And I mean, it's so crazy to see the trigger wave on the monthly time frame. Look at that. $15,000. It's like, how can you not use Market Cipher, right? Incredible. Okay, so let's go just check out Market Cipher here on the weekly. And what we're seeing here on the weekly is extremely bullish, right? What I just showed you here on the monthly with the trigger wave and the beautiful move up, look at the weekly. So I will be making a nice, strong video about this as soon as I'm back in studio. I'll probably have to sleep on Monday. But then Tuesday or Wednesday, I will release a Coin Bureau video about, what's actually happening next. But here we can see that it very clearly looks like we're heading towards um, a very nice trigger wave here. McCall, let us know if you are with us. But here we can see that the wave trend is starting to move towards its slow moving average. We can also see VWAP is moving up to cross and money flow is pointing up. All right, so I just want to test the community quickly, right? Those of you who have been watching my videos on Market Cipher Trigger Wave, the one that I dropped on Wednesday, was it Thursday? It was yesterday I dropped the video, right? Tell me, what are the 3 levels of confluence needed for a trigger wave? What are the 3 things that you need for a trigger wave? I want to hear it in the chat. Strolling in the city when it's empty. And you know what's so crazy is even at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. when I was strolling through the city, there was people. There was people. It was crazy. Like it was nice and quiet, but there were people. I'm alive, beautiful. Okay, so VWAP is basically your fast wave trend, right? So VWAP is your volume weighted average price, but on your Market Cipher B, it's actually I'm not sure why, but they call it the fast wave trend. But it's literally your VWAP, right? So when you see here, show the fast wave trend, that's your VWAP, and it's absolutely essential. So make sure that it is in. And I saw someone on the Coin Bureau channel having trouble showing the money flow, but here it is, right? So you just need to make sure that the MFI is ticked in the settings, and it will show your money flow. But the VWAP is this yellow line right here. And watch the Coin Bureau intro because I talk about the VWAP crosses, right? And VWAP is a little bit different to like a momentum oscillator, like where you enter from low, because the VWAP you actually enter at the cross, right? The cross of the zero line from the downside is where you get your bullish entries. The cross of the zero line, like if you look at that, right? VWAP crossed down. If we go to price action at that time, look what happened, right? Look what happened. That was the entry for the downside direction. Light blue crossing the dark one. Oh, damn. Yellow going up above 0.0 and money flow increasing. Oh man, well done, JD. You really are learning, bro. So congrats. Like, I don't know if I would do a giveaway today. I've been a bit rushed to set it up, but you really deserve it, man. You really deserve it. So pop me a message if you can. I think my Telegram's in my link tree should be on the YouTube channel. Pop me a message. I'll pop you a little gift because I'm very proud of you. Congrats, congrats. That's perfect, guys. So everybody take note, right? And I'll show you once again on the charts. Ah, beautiful, Mustafa. Nice to hear, man. Nice to hear. And yeah, I think we're gonna get into some altcoins shortly. But all right, so let's just look at another one. And I mean, if you look at this, right? So what happened here at the last big retracement reversal? Like here's your retracement, here's your reversal, here's your trigger wave. And it's not quite below the 45 line, but in my opinion, it's close enough to the 45 line. And then this is your VWAP crossing to the upside. And if you pull this out, right, what you can see is that money flow was pointing up at the time. Very, very important. And you know, if you only saw it here when money flow is pointing down, you simply wait for money flow to be pointing up after your trigger wave dot and your VWAP crossing up. So they're exactly as JD has said. And I think JD, the only thing that you've missed out here is the green dot, right? So you were 100% correct saying that, you know, the light blue should cross over into the dark blue. But when that happens, what you get is you will get a green dot printing. Very important. So that's the first thing that you need. The green dot will print. Then the second thing you need is the VWAP should cross in the same direction as your trade. Third thing you need is your money flow pointing in the same direction, which we can see that on this time frame, money is already starting to come in. All right, so daily we can see, you know, this already played out. And yeah, amazing to see, like pretty close to when I dropped the video. We got one of these beautiful signals even on the daily time frame, but there it is. So here where your light blue crosses your dark blue, that's your wave train crossing its own slow moving average, and there is your green dot. And we can also super clearly see here that your VWAP was crossing to the upside and your money flow, I mean, look at that, right? Money flow is pointing in an upwards direction. And what happened from the trigger wave? Absolutely beautiful trade. Like anywhere in this green candle, right? I mean, someone told me, yeah, sometimes the green dots only print in the next candle. So even anywhere in this candle, really nice, already 7% up. And yeah, that one's a little bit difficult because you want your stop loss below the previous swing low. But just remember, you want at least a little bit of stop loss. And then look at that, you'd already be taking your first couple of take profits. Oh, hope everybody's having a cup of coffee with me. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the smaller time frames. All right, wow, so the bulls are stepping in. We can see we actually broke through a little bit of resistance there. And the bulls are stepping in here. We had an actual break of resistance. Crazy. Very nice. And amazing to see here once we go onto the smaller time frames. Remember, I always say look for the bullish divergence, look for the bearish divergence, and beautiful stuff. Look at this. Look at this bullish divergence. All right, all the way from here on the hourly time frame. Boom. bullish divergence on your market cipher. And what I love about market cipher is it doesn't just give you your RSI, whatever, it gives you so much confluence in one indicator. And what's so beautiful here is, again, the confluence, right? It's the same levels of confluence as your trigger wave with your divergent strategy. And here we can see the VWAP crossed up and the money flow pointed up. And remember, it's just at the moment. At the moment and after your bullish divergence prints is where you want to look for your money flow pointing up. And if it's not pointing up yet, you just wait. You don't pull the trigger until it points up. And I mean, here, directly as the bull printed, the money flow pointed up and the VWAP crossed. So absolutely brilliant. Oh, someone's saying that the comments take long to appear. That's a little bit annoying. I think it's maybe because I'm using StreamYard. I'll see if I can try find a way to make that latency a little bit better. Alright, just checking that we're all good here. Let me know if everything's fine with the sounds. I really appreciate you guys being here. It's been a while since we had a live stream, so I've been very excited. Alright, let's go to current time. Current time. Alright, so here we can see that we could be looking at a little bit of a reversal sometime soon. Because on the 1 hour time frame, we have our VWAP looking like it wants to cross to the downside. We have our wave trend nice and high. We could get a red dot here. Money flow is still pointing up. All right, and then what I want to do is go into our Tuffy SMC indicator here on the 15-minute time frame. There we can see the beautiful order blocks. And really what I found with these order blocks is that when they overlap, you will see a wick to this point. You will see a sniper entry to this point. So just take note of this 90,750 level. Not financial advice, but this overlapping order block here is a banger for a nice move. We can see here it's printed with what it calls a weak high, so there is still possibility of higher high. All right, I think before we go into altcoins, and we don't have too much time left, so let's get going with it. I mean, look at that. Daily time frame giving us a really, really nice outlook here for two nice bearish trades. All right, very nice simple order blocks here from the 102 to the 107, and then again from 113 to 116. And I also find that the 4 hour is really, really nice for Bitcoin on the order blocks. So right now on the 4 hour, we can see right now moving down from a bearish order block. We also have this nice simple bullish order block below us. And you can see that, you know, this indicator is just so worth it. Just so worth it. And this is my last video on my channel. The previous video I uploaded, so go check it out. Alright, let's quickly have a look here what's happening with our market charts. Alright, so first off we look at the S&P, which is our tech stocks. And usually I like to look at S&P on the weekly. And we can see that it's pumped straight back into its pipeline. So I mean, I saw this all over the news. You know, the reason that Bitcoin and alts are pumping right now is because of this S&P pump, right? We saw NASDAQ, we saw all US stocks making major gains. And it's crazy to see that it's a very volatile time, not only in Bitcoin, but also in our larger market stocks like our S&P, which is our broader tech markets. And I mean, I love this chart. It is just so nice. I mean, look at this channel. It's like absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing TA here. So, so cool. So of course what we see here is a very, very bullish chart with only fake outs below the uptrend channel when we get black swan events. And I remember, you know, when this was happening, everybody was freaking out like, why is everything so low? I said, you know, there's a high possibility that we'll make a V shape here and we'll come straight back in to the this pipeline. And indeed, it is exactly what has happened here. And also very nice to see here that we are clearly just moving up from that support. Very, very nice. So right now I would say S&P is still relatively bullish because we have broken above this median support and resistance line. So watch for a retest here and a continuation, which of course would also mean Bitcoin having a bit of a retracement before a continuation up. So it's also making sense in terms of the Bitcoin charts, and maybe this could even give us that lower low for a bullish divergence on the Bitcoin chart, which is really nice. All right, where's my Dixie? I think the Dixie is one of the most underrated charts when it comes to understanding crypto. It really is like the most leading chart that you can use for crypto because, you know, most stable coins are on the US dollar, and most moves on crypto actually come directly after the Dixie has given us a move. And as we can see here, the previous couple days the Dixie has been bleeding, and this is why we got the nice little bit of bullish reaction on Bitcoin. So yeah, it's looking a little bit dangerous here, to be honest, on the Dixie. Because if the Dixie pumps, it would mean, you know, money actually coming out of higher risk assets like Bitcoin and crypto. We can see this is quite a strong resistance level. So yeah, this is looking a little bit scary, as I'm sure you can all understand. Because there is a lot of room above us for this US dollar index to pump. Right? We all want Bitcoin to pump again. We all want a little bit of relief, and that would mean, you know, Dixie continuing down on its downtrend. But as we can see, oh, there are a lot of reasons why this Dixie wants to pump here. So this is a reason to just stay logical, right? Don't overexpose yourself. Be ready for lower levels because we can already see, right? I call this the balloon against the ceiling. If the ceiling ends, the balloon can pump upwards, and that would mean money flowing out of all the higher risk fiat and, you know, of course, all the cryptos. All right, so these are my esports trading pairs. But for now, let's go into Bitcoin dominance. All right, so that is just BTC.D. And as we can see, we are still just chilling inside our upward sloping channel here on Bitcoin dominance. Let me check the chat if everything is nice and clear. All right, we're looking good. All right, just 14 more likes. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can hit our goal of 50 likes. And thank you for those who are sticking with us to the end. Keep calm and learn to the fullest. Erica's with us. Let's go. When's the live stream ending? Yeah, no, not a long one today, guys. Not a long one today. We're actually ending in 30 minutes. We're ending in 30 minutes. I hope Dixie gets rejected for one last time. Gives us a good reaction. You guys agree? It looks bullish. I mean, it's just like not the chart you want to see on the Dixie. It's like, yes, we want Bitcoin pumps. Yes, we want altcoin pumps. But if you look at the Dixie, it's like you can't deny that Dixie is looking bullish. Yeah, so let's see. I mean, we could get one last rejection on the Dixie. And you know, maybe all of Trump's like I don't want to swear, but all of his nonsense that he's doing, like maybe it is. Maybe it is just really bad for the US dollar, like right now. And maybe the US dollar will fall lower on this index. And, you know, of course, there is a chance we can go lower here. We do have levels below us. And we would still be in an uptrend on Dixie, you know, even if we just stay below these levels. So there's room below us, but it's really a gamble right now because there's room below us and there's also all of these levels above us. And what we can see from, you know, if history is going to repeat itself, we got the move below the channel, then we got the double bottom, and then we just went straight back up into the channel, and this was our bear market. That was full on bear market, and we can see once again we fell below the channel. We've gotten now our double bottom. If we make a move back up in here, it's done, right? That's bear market. Absolutely done. So to be honest, yes, I'm also hoping that Dixie gets rejected here and falls lower and does like some kind of bigger shape here. But yeah, it's just really hard to look at this chart and not be like super realistic with everything and everyone. So just be careful. Just be careful. That's my advice right now. All right. My watch list has gotten confusing now that I've edited it for esports. All right, so Bitcoin dominance. This is also looking a little bit bad. Like, I just want to give everyone good news, but, you know, of course, I've got to be real with you. I've got to be real with you, and we are very much sitting on support right now. We haven't yet gotten our fakie below the channel, but what we can see here is, again, a double bottom printing at support. So it looks like Bitcoin might take over again. It has been nice that the alts have been moving. All right, of course, if Bitcoin dominance comes down, alts get relief. But here we are actually seeing Bitcoin dominance coming to its support. So, man, I just want to give everybody good news, but we could see some brutal, brutal movement for altcoins here. It's looking a little bit scary. And really, you know, I've cleaned this chart up a lot, but most of you know exactly what I'm looking for here, and it's these higher levels. Like the altcoin season that I want. Like basically this is altcoin season, right? These are the best altcoin seasons that we've had. And they come from these really, really nice levels up at the top. This was the altcoin season tease that we had. Very, very annoying. Another tease and a tease. And right here, what we'll need to see is, of course, we could get an altcoin season from here. There is enough room down to the bottom for a nice run on alts. But you know, if I had a wish list, it would actually be for alts to really, really just suffer more. I've said this a few times because I just want to reach these levels. I just want to reach these levels because that's really where the power is sitting for altcoins to then, you know, not just fall below, but actually properly dump from the top, from these beautiful, beautiful levels, then fall below the channel and come all the way down. So we'll see here, and this is, you know, a very nice chart to watch very closely. If you come down to the lower time frames, you can see that we have the levels very nicely here. We are getting the nice reactions from the levels, and we are seeing a break of structure here. So it's looking a little bit bad. It's looking a little bit bullish for Bitcoin dominance. But just watch this level. If we fall below it with a nice retest, then we can look at an altcoin rally. All right, I hope everybody's following. I know we've been streaming for a long time, so I appreciate the momentum here. New here, welcome, welcome. Let us know where you are from. I see my light is looking a little bit dark. But let us know where you're from. Let us know how long you've been trading, what you think of Bybit. Are you using Bybit? Hey, Efren in the video. Welcome, brother. Thank you so much for the support. Lovely to have you in the chat. And yeah, please do catch up on the video. We've had an amazing live stream. We're actually almost done, but it's been really, really good. We've done a lot of nice info. Glad to sit in the same echo chamber. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Lovely to have you. Alt's already dead. How much brutal it can get? No, no. So this is the thing to keep in mind right now, that you might think alts are in a bad position, but A, they're not dead, bro. Alts can go a lot lower, right? If you look at that Bitcoin dominance, it's not looking good. Alts can go a lot lower, and I'll give you, now we're going to go into the alts, I'll give you like the actual levels that I'm seeing, and it's not good. Let me know, do you think I should put a light? Do you think I should put a light on my face? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Let's have some light on the situation. Give me 1 second. Right, there we go. There we go. Time to blast off. Oh, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. But yeah, watch this whole live stream again, and you'll see, why we kind of, I'm kind of undecided right now. Like, it is looking good on the daily time frame. It's looking like we're going to see a nice move up, but if you look at the larger outlook, especially on the larger market charts, like the Dixie's looking a little bit scary. Initially, Dixie drops with rate cuts, then it rises like a coin. Yeah, true. So there was a little rate cut, and they're very dovish, I think is the right word, um, on there being any further rate cuts this year. So it looks like we might get a bit of a nice move through December, especially for Bitcoin, not so much for alts. We can see Bitcoin dominance now making the double bottom, sitting at support. And it might be a nice December for Bitcoin because we've got a lot of room above us now, right? We've made a full, beautiful wick, all the way from 80 to 90 on that monthly time frame. It's looking bullish back above 100K possibly in December, but just remember that that could be all eyes on Bitcoin. Bridget from Nigeria, welcome, welcome. How much more brutal can it get? Man, it can get more brutal. It can get more brutal. All right, the meeting on Zoom is starting in 20 minutes. I'm not hosting it. I'm not hosting it. But Very will be hosting that beginner meeting on Zoom. Yeah, smash the like button, peeps. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. We got 10 more likes to the goal. Let's go. Fed just confirmed a massive liquidity rotation. Many people are talking about bear market sentiment is washed out. Interesting. So let me know if you have like a direct link to an article that I can bring up on this liquidity rotation and what exactly is happening here. Dovish is bullish. Okay, so then it's more hawkish, right? It's more of a hawkish view on rate cuts. Thank you for that, JD. See, community teaching me. I'm just here learning. Let's go. All right, let me know which else you want to look at. We're not going to do too much longer, right? I'm sure they want to close up this Bybit office in the next 20 minutes. It is Friday. Everybody needs to get to the club. All right, so yeah, let's do a little bit of altcoins. Drop me which alts you would like to look at in the chat. And what I'm going to do is, all right, so first we're going to do a screening of altcoins on the daily time frame using the SMC indicator. And it's really so much fun using this indicator. I would really recommend that everyone uses it. I mean, here we can see it was a little front run, right? It was a little front run of that bullish order block. But oh my gosh, what an accurate indicator. Oh, so close, so close. And what's so cool is you can put this indicator on and then you can literally just screen through your altcoins, right? And this is on the daily. So I will be going in to the 15-minute. But you know, you can scalp and you can also swing trade. You don't have to actually do one or the other. And we can see here, if we look at coins like Uni, you know, there's two beautiful trades. Okay, so this one was an absolute sniper move, right? Of course, this bearish order block printed all the way back here. And then look at that. That was absolute killer, killer, killer double sniper entry all the way 40% down on Uni. So it's like, how do you not invest in this indicator? Really, super, super amazing. It's become one of my favorite things to use. And here we can see exactly where the next one is, right? So it's not like you put your whole portfolio on this, but you set a limit order. You set your stop loss below. You decide how much you want to risk, and you agree to risk it, right? If it breaks down, if there's black swan at this level or whatever, and then make sure when you get here, like I would, instead of setting the limit order, I would literally, what I do is you just take a horizontal line. So now we actually have alerts on rectangles as well on TradingView. So, you know, even if you want, what you can do is you just take a rectangle at your order block and you just set an alert, boom, at the rectangle to tell you when price enters the rectangle. Once price has entered the rectangle, then you simply use any other of the strategies that I posted, right? One of the best ones is to use your 15-minute RSI rhyming strategy. So let's just go to this previous bearish order block, you know, this sniper move from the top, and you just bring up your regular RSI and your stochastic RSI. And as you can see, you know, I don't even need to, it's not surprising, and I don't need to do this in advance. I just know that, of course, right? We got a rhyme of the regular RSI and the stochastic. Hey, what's up, bro? You guys closing up? Not yet, not yet. Let's come say what's up to my crew. Hey, one of the awesome Bybit team. Let's go, let's go. So you can see we're doing pretty well. It's not mass. Yeah, 60 people across the platforms.
Teaching them how to trade.
Yeah, no, we're getting into some deep, deep stuff. Thanks for dropping in, bro. Anything you want to say to the crew?
Yeah, just follow this guy. This guy's great. Follow him.
Shot, brother. I appreciate you, man. And you guys can see the vibes are just so good here in the office, so supportive. And yeah, I think they're closing up here in the next 20 minutes. So, okay, they said we can go a little bit longer. Okay, amazing, amazing. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, man. All right, Aurelio, are you new to the community? Do you sell large quantities of crypto wallets to the CD4KI project? So no, I have not heard of this seed DACI CD4K. Let us know if you got any info there. Mr. Andy in the building. Thank you for joining, bro. Lovely to see you, man. Lovely to see you, brother. Ah, it's been too cool to see everybody hopping on. Andy, let me know where in the world you are right now. Are you guys still in Asia? Are you back in South Africa? I'm back in South Africa on Monday. All right, Desmond says ADA, no problem. We will look at ADA. Beautiful. Altcoin index. Oh, reading my mind. Big dreams. That was the next thing to look at. Okay, so crypto miners news. Welcome to the channel. Let me know if you're new. If you've been on any of our streams before, please do smash the like, sub to the channel. SMC everywhere. Holy moly, I never knew about that till you mentioned it. So yeah, do go to the Coin Bureau trading channel and watch my video on the rhyming strategy with the regular and the stochastic RSI, because it's it's a level of confluence that is so helpful for when you already have a great trade. Right, like here we can see we had that trade lined up. The SMC block was there and we knew we wanted to enter the trade. So already here you would have known to pull the trigger on the trade, right? Actually, on the second wick. Okay, so watch the video. I'm not going to go too in depth in it right now. But here is when the stochastic crossed over its own slow moving average. Oh, so nice. All right, everybody is gone. The presentations are finished, so I can speak a little bit louder. And there it is. There it is, guys. We have our regular RSI and overbought with our bearish order block. Then we have the stochastic RSI crossing over its slow moving average. You pull the trigger, you get a 44% down on uni. Absolutely insane. All right, so let's go into this altcoin season index. And you know what? Like, I'm not too concerned with this index right now. Because for me, with this index right now, it is what it is. Like, let us dump back into Bitcoin season. Like, whatever, I'm still going to be accumulating my alts at the same pace that I am now, right? Because if we look at fear and greed index on Bitcoin, it's in the extreme fear territories, and that's where we get bullish, right? Not like overly bullish, but it's where we actually rotate ourselves towards buying and long-term buying, like dollar cost average buying. And the only real time to use this index is, of course, when it's up here. And I said this the other day in the live stream that when this index was up here just for like a few days in September, from the 10th to the 18th, it was literally such a tease. It was like 1 week of altcoin season, and I took a little bit of profits. But I learned the lesson for the last time, right? That I didn't take enough profits. Next time, even if we're in altcoin season just for 1 day, if alts are going parabolic and we're in altcoin season, you will see me take major profits because the last few altcoin seasons have been these like crazy little teasers. All right, so this was like how many days? I mean, it's crazy. Again, not even a week, 1 week where altcoins go parabolic and you get such nice profits, and then you lose, if they're unrealized profits, you lose them quite quickly. And these ones, again, such a tease. Like, it's been such a long time since we had a decent altcoin season. Like, even this one, it's not very long, right? Well, let's see. So here, from the 9th of August to the 14th of September, so just over a month. And we came to much higher levels. So there was more time to take profits and more time for alts to go parabolic. But this is what we've really been waiting for a long time. And this is really when Bitcoin dominance needs to be at such a high level that it has a lot of room below it to make major dumps. But I've been waiting, right, for the past 3, 4 altcoin seasons, these tiny little altcoin seasons. I've been waiting for this kind of a thing where it's actually March, April, May, June, like a 3, 4 month altcoin season. And yeah, it just hasn't been coming. So I've really been learning the lesson that when alts are going parabolic, like this will come sometime. Like sometime again, we will have a major altcoin season that will last 4 months. But these last few have been so small that it's like just learn the lesson and take the profits if you see them on alts. And I'm not saying everything, but I think I only took like 5% profits here, right? Should have at least taken 20% profit as soon as we're in altcoin season because, yeah, we very quickly came back down towards Bitcoin season. And of course, if we come deep into this orangey ready section of Bitcoin season, that's where I will really get bullish and open more of these long-term portfolio margin trades on copy trading. I haven't had time to trade on copy trading, which is super annoying. I've been traveling so much. So I need to open more trades there, manage the trades, but I will be more patient and I'll wait for these levels. And then I will literally close out all the trades. A lot of the trades here, the majority of the 40, 50 trades I have on altcoins were in profit here, the long-term 2x, 3x trades. And I only took little bits of profits where I really should have been closing out those trades. So, always a learning. And as long as you learn and try not make the same mistake twice, right? We heard that from Crypto when I interviewed him. Try not make the same mistake twice. And yeah, it was so crazy. I was chilling with Crypto last week. It's so amazing that I've become friends with people who have been my idols for so many years. Crypto, Da Vinci, Carl the Moon. Like now they're on my WhatsApp. Now we're friends. Now they're inviting me to Dubai to come stay with them, make content with them. So yeah, very excited. And you'll be seeing me at some point. I'm actually gonna go hang out with Carl in his mansion in Dubai. We're gonna drive his Ferraris. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, crazy times. All right, so there's actually a few more things I want to look at. I'm not going to spend too long on this, but this one's quite cool, right? this Plan C. I don't know why, like, I don't know about the name Plan C. Like, everyone knows Plan B, right? But this is Plan C. But there we go. Every Bitcoin cycle throws a curveball. Right? It's never really been straightforward for the last 3 cycles at least. And in this cycle, it's a mid-cycle correction bear market head fake that convinces all the 4-year cycle bros that the bull market is over. And this has been the major talking point right now. It's like, our cycle's over. What's happening to the 4-year cycle? Like, is it extended? Is it over? And I've said this so many times that yes, the cycle is extended. We have not got our parabolic up curve after our halving. Like, it's still coming. It's still coming. And I do totally agree with this. Like, he's been a little bit crazy with his outlook here. So he was calling for a 250K this year, and then yeah, he brought it down to 100K, right? He's got to be more logical. Got to be more logical. And I do agree that, in December things can get a bit crazy. We're at 92, 93 now. We could get back above that 100 level. But this, I really do like what he said here, because for me it makes sense. In the last cycle, what we saw was that 65K, that like crazy mid-cycle semi-bear market all the way down to that 40 level, which really confused everybody, shook everybody out, and then we went right back up to make a new all-time high, and then we had the bear market. And I think it's extremely similar to what we're seeing now. And we could still see the only difference, I guess, is that mid-market bear that we saw actually came after a parabolic curve to the upside, and now we're getting it before. So every cycle is different, and yeah, it's very, very interesting what he said here. And then there was quite a lot of interesting stuff here. I know people get quite bored when I talk about news, but when you look at the news, and especially if news is showing you technical analysis, right? So news is your fundamental analysis, but if you're getting news that is technical, I always say that that's even like more of a reason to look at it, because you're getting like your fundamental analysis and your technical analysis lining up. All right, Bitcoin outperformed most major tokens, gaining 5% in 24 hours. Nice to see. 6.5 million call condor structure targeting 100 to 118. All right, so major options traders, large liquidity looking at the 100 to 118. Heavy call selling near 100. So what they're seeing here on the order books is that people are looking at buying options for the sell at 100, which of course makes sense because the 100 now is like our biggest mental level and it's our biggest support and resistance, and we could see a big rejection from that level. But if we break through it, because it's such a mental level, we could see very, very nice moves to the upside. And yeah, they're wanting to come out of so they want to sell their calls near 100. Right? And some of them, like with the more complex structures, are looking at selling out of their calls, so opening the puts with like this. I know options is confusing. I will be releasing a course soon on options. I'm getting super into it, but I have partnered with Signal Plus. We did the Bybit masterclass, and now, yeah, I'm actually partnering with them to do a beautiful options masterclass for this community, which will be totally free. The last class you had to have $10,000 in your account, so it was a little bit exclusive. This one's going to be absolutely free, and they are funding it, which is great. So we're actually going to be giving away funds and liquidity for you to test and learn to trade options. And actually, on the 3rd of December, I'll be doing a Twitter space with Signal Plus. So I hope everyone will be there for that. All right, and then we're looking at token Sky Dash ETHFI Avalanche. Let's go, Avalanche coming back. Sentiment remains cautious as RSI levels near overbought. So already on the altcoins, we're seeing RSIs towards the top. And I always say, right, it's good to go, like even if you're a technical analyst, it's good to go and find other analysts and see what they're saying. Like even on TradingView, if you just go to the side of your TradingView, you can look at all the other ideas that analysts are posting. And I'm not saying follow it, but like take it with a pinch of salt and use it, right, to broaden your understanding. Okay, so there we go. Nvidia, Google, like tech stocks pumped, and then we saw Bitcoin pumping. All right, focus on Bitcoin as opposed to lower liquidity altcoins. So Bitcoin dominance is really coming in. 18, okay, it outperformed 18 to 20 of the largest crypto tokens. There we go. It's reflected in the altcoin season indicator. Oof, very, very far down from altcoin season. And then this is what I actually find really interesting about this, right? Bitcoin's 30-day implied volatility dropped further back to 50%, almost retracing last week's spike. Traders piled into a bullish year-end call condor structure ranging between 100 and 118. So really, options would have been such a good strategy at 80K, right? Because there's no liquidation. You pay your fee. Like even if you're just doing what we call naked calls, right, on options. It's not a complex strategy. You're buying naked, you're getting in, you're paying a fee, and you can exit at any time, or if you really want to make the most gains, you will exit at a very specific time. All right, so in 5 minutes, I just need to hand over the beginner series. So yeah, give me a second in 5 minutes. Let me just reply to Tuffy. All right, so I just need to hand over that session shortly. But otherwise, everything is looking good. You know what? Let me actually do it now so we can get it out of the way. And yeah, we won't go for too much longer because I know everybody has been concentrating and it's been amazing. Very, very impressed with everybody's level of concentration. And yeah, absolutely lovely to have everybody here. All right, so let's look at the chat. Late to the party, no stress, no stress. All right, Homeland. Okay, sweet, brother. That means I will see you next week. I will see you next week. Yeah, SMC all day, every day. That's how we do it, especially with the Tuffy indicator. 100 likes for double giveaway. Let's go, let's go. All right, we're at 62. We're at 62. Good stuff. I don't use WhatsApp much, eh? I don't use WhatsApp much. If you've got me on Telegram, we're all good. Love crypto news. Okay, that's where I go. That's where I go as well. Crypto news and then TA. Right? Tell me the TA, I'll show you the news. Booked your scalp long. Interesting. I mean, it's good profits, right? It's coming up to resistance. And yeah, I think there's already bearish order blocks coming in. Randy Hipper made me love crypto news. Spot still on. Okay, let me know if you bought Spot at 80K. Imran in the building. Lovely to have you, brother. All right, when you drop the screenshot you bought, I also went all in, but my fund's not as big as yours. Still make good money. All right, be careful about going all in, but Tuffy is the OG. All right, thank you, Erica. Make sure that you catch up on the whole video, right? Because really, at the beginning, we did a lot of very important analysis. All right, thank you, everybody. So just keep the chat hot for 1 second while I hand over this Bybit beginner session. Nice, nice, Tuffy. Absolutely killer, man. $934,000 in profit. Let's go. 10 BTC. I didn't even see that call. Just bought 10 BTC. $934,000. Is it? Okay, so you're like almost $100,000 in profit. Amazing, amazing. In at 84 and a bit at 87. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, mine was smaller. Mine was one BTC at 80K, but I added, bro. I added another BTC. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not gonna sell the spot. All right, let me hand over this Zoom. All right, beautiful, beautiful. I know who it is, bro. I can see. Israel, good to have you, man. All right, guys, give me 1 second here, and I'll be back on the charts. Okay, I'm just waiting for Very to join so I can hand over to him. Oh, bro, I thought so. I thought so. And you know what? I was speaking about you so much earlier in the chat. All right, there he is. Let me hand over to him. And we've been doing Market Cipher the whole chat. So beautiful, bro. Please change your name to McCall. I only know you as McCall. Like I literally thought, Israel and McCall are two different people. So you're playing with my mind, man. Okay, there we go. Very is host. Now I can focus on you guys. All right, beautiful. Okay, so McCall, let us know what's happening, bro. We did so much Market Cipher, and I mean, it's just so beautiful, right? Like, the more you use Market Cipher, the more you see how incredibly beautiful it is. And dude, you are absolutely killing it. Your P&L is insane. It's awesome. And what's happening with the funded account that we gave you? Have you traded on the MUBITE funded account? Are you making payouts? Ahmad, if you are watching with us, Ahmad is one of our traders who has been making really, really nice payouts. So huge congrats to you, Ahmad, and let me know if anybody is in the chat who's been trading on MUBITE and making payouts. Really, really awesome. Oh, let's go, Shuaibu. Lovely to see the crew hopping on. No stress if you're late. I was gonna end off now, but it seems like the office is staying open for a little bit. There's some night owls here working, so I'm gonna chill with the crew a little bit more. Like, of course, if you've been here the whole time, feel free to hop off. But there's no better place than being with my crew, right? Honest Carewell in the building. What's up, brother? It's been a while. Lovely to see you in the chat, man. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna hit Dubai next week, hey, because I've been traveling now for sheesh, like more than 3 weeks, like 25 days, and like you can see I'm a little bit wrecked. I'm a little bit wrecked. It's been crazy. So I've got invites to Dubai, for many reasons next week, but I might I might give it a miss until next year just so that I can spend some time, with my partner, just be at home in my studio. I will still be live streaming, but like sometimes you just want to sleep in your own bed, right? Haven't started trading on MUBI. I didn't even know the account has been activated. Yeah, your free account, bro. Your funded account is activated. You just need to pass the challenge. It's a two-step challenge, and you'll kill it. And then you get $10,000 account. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. All right. So let's go into some like just to see if there's any altcoin setups, right? Because we can see the Tuffy SMC indicator is absolutely killing the altcoin setups. And then I also just want to have some fun looking into some of the other Tuffy indicators that I haven't used before. But all right, so let's keep on this daily time frame and see if there's any swing trades that are going to pop off soon. We can see here that hype is coming up to a potential bearish order block. Aster looking like a possible bullish order block. All right, XRP. And basically what I do here is it's so nice and it's more for scalping, and I'll show you how I do it on the 5 minute time frame. But even here on the daily, right, you just on your right you have your watch list of all your coins. You pop on your Tuffy SMC indicator, and you can do it like by hand, if you know how to use SMC, but it takes so much longer. This really saves you so much time. And literally on the right, I'm just clicking the down arrow, right? And I'm looking for trades that are inside their order blocks. And remember what I told you about the sniper levels, right? So let me clean up this chart a little bit. Wow, crazy. LTC going nuts. But what we can see here is, remember what I told you about. Wow, see, I even had the alert there. Crazy, crazy stuff. Remember what I said about overlapping order blocks. Using this Tuffy SMC indicator, overlapping order blocks are your real sniper entries, and we can already see this LTC trade playing out, and we can see that there's a lot of potential bullish room to the upside here for LTC all the way up to 130. So this is quite an interesting one here. Of course, don't risk it all here. There's another bullish order block. You can see I've got an alert there. But yeah, this is looking really, really nice. I would say if you are looking to enter this, I mean, of course, you can enter here low margin, low leverage, keep your stop loss below it, but then maybe even look to re-enter at a retest of that sniper block, or somewhere lower down for the bullish divergence. But very nice to see again how those overlapping levels they absolutely kill it. This is so much fun, right? You can see why I love this indicator and how this indicator has actually helped me so much to win trading competitions. Let me just see if everything's good. Because you can just scan through it, and there's so many alts that like something is probably popping off at any time. And here we can see like everybody's asking for setups, please, not financial advice. But here's one that looks like it could be interesting. Here, as I say again, I would wait for like the middle of the order block, put your stop loss below the order block, something like that. We can see the daily RSI did not yet reach the oversold, but the stochastic has entered back into its momentum zone. And then, basically as I said, once you reach into this zone, you can go and you can use your stochastic rhyme strategy. And we can see, yeah, it looks like it already popped off here. It looks like it already popped off for this trade, so never hop onto a moving train. But right here, see that rhyme of the regular and the stochastic. Very, very nice. Absolutely awesome. And it actually wasn't that far away from where we are right now. And yeah, depending on your risk appetite, this is looking like something super juicy here on near. Remember that the higher you enter in the order block, of course, the bigger your stop loss level needs to be. But we're still looking at about, I would literally take the profits before the bearish order block, like somewhere just before the order block. We can see this is a 1 to 4, pretty much 1 to 4 risk to reward here on near, which ain't terrible, right? Ain't terrible. Ali's killing it on the prop funds. I heard so, and what a nice guy, right? Ali's such a nice guy. Hey, let's go in the building. Welcome, man. So many payouts from MUBITE. Let's go. Okay, let me screenshot this so I can show the guys because yeah, I met up with them in Prague and they are such beautiful people. And that's great to hear. That is just great to hear. Oh, no stress, bro. We've been going for a while now. All right, check out Pepe. We'll do ADA. So far we've got an ADA request. We've got an Pepe request. Yeah, 64 likes. Well done, everyone. All right, so there we go. We've got one trade looking like a possibility here on the near. Please do play it safe, not financial advice. But this is what I do, right? So I create a watch list of my favorite coins. And then I will screen through them on the different time frames, depending on what I'm going to look at. Ooh, nice BNB trade. Wow. You see, that's when it's really, really nice and easy and juicy. When literally on the daily time frame, your regular RSI and your stochastic RSI both rhymed in the oversold and you are at your bullish order block. What a nice BNB trade, 10% up. And you can see here, this is why you need a bit of buffer under the order block for your stop. All right, because we do get these little sweeps below the order block, and trust me, you all know you don't want to be stopped out there, right? You enter your beautiful trade here, you get stopped out there, and then you go 10% in profit. And it's really scary when you go to your stop loss, and this is why you have to use those golden rules of thumb, right? Like only trade 1% in each trade. be really willing to risk whatever you lose here. Like even big traders like Ahmed XM, right? Y'all know Ahmed's a close friend of mine, and he trades with $10,000 per trade. And now I spoke to him. I'm like, isn't it difficult trading with $10,000? Like, of course it's not a million, but it's still a lot of money. And he says, no, it's not difficult at all because when I put $10,000 down, I'm fine to lose $10,000 because he knows that his strategy is good. He knows that his win rate is good. He knows that at least 75 times out of 100 he will win. And if he loses the $10,000, it's it's no issue, right? Because most of the trades on the strategy are good. All right, so let's do a little bit more in depth on ADA and not just look at the SMC indicator. But really, guys, I mean, just buy this indicator, right? Support Tuffy. He's doing an amazing job here. This indicator is way cheaper than it should be. You get it for life. It's not like some subscription model, right? Where you have to pay him every week or every month. You get it for life. It's absolutely incredible asset. Like you can't really go wrong with trading this indicator. And yeah, just buy it. He's even giving us a nice discount, so make sure you ask for the Jordan discount, contact him. Yeah, and just buy the indicator. It's really, really beautiful. Everybody knows, right? I don't usually say buy stuff. Okay, so ADA kind of front running the bottom. Front running the bottom. We can still see where the major liquidity is and where my major buy points are down at the bottom of the wick. So I'm not going to get super bullish on Cardano yet, especially because we did not reach the bottom of this channel and also because we didn't reach the bottom of the wick. So what I'm really hoping for is something like this, right? I want to see the move down to the bottom of the channel. Plus, I want to see a sweep of the bottom of this wick down at 27 cents. And yeah, that's a crazy low level for Cardano, but that's really where I think the whales will come in. You know, we've actually seen on Glassnode, on what is it, Crypto Quant, uh, I said Fractal, all of these like actual whale um, indicators, Crypto Quant, what's it, Fractalized? They've all been showing big whale selling on Cardano. And for me, it's quite simple because they know, first of all, the 33 cents level is historically a massive whale buy zone. And it just makes sense. Like, why turn around now? Right? They're gonna do this. They're gonna do exactly what happened here. Send us up, send us down, but this is the kind of level that they're going to really try to shake everybody out. And then a super, super nice uptick. So yeah, that's my view on Cardano. Let's see what's happening here on the 15 minutes. Yeah, some nice order blocks. Nice 1 hour range on the order blocks. There's a sniper overlap. So watch out for the short from this 43 cents level. Very nice sniper overlap. And then this is a banger. This is what I like to see, right? You see these bullish order blocks overlapping. You'll very likely get a candle body to here and a wick to this level. Watch out for that. So yeah, I mean, it's just so amazing. You can use this indicator to trade on any time frame. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's keep going through these alts. I mean, we had the near trade in the bullish order block. Let's see if we can find anything else on the daily. And then for the scalpers, I'll go into the 15 minute, do the same thing. I'll go into the 5 minute, do the same thing. Okay, so this is looking like a nice trade on Sui. It is a short trade and we're going to have to wait for quite a while, but you can see that, yeah, this is one that I am eyeing. This is one for a short that I am eyeing on Sui. And let me know if you guys are enjoying it without music. I think actually Actually, it's quite nice without music. All right, so this is an interesting one. Filecoin we can see wants to pop off. All right, Tuffy, let us know what you think about this price action here. It's kind of ranging in a very tight range, just kind of consolidating right above the order block. So I think what I would look for here, I mean, if you miss the move, you miss the move, and if you got the tap, you got the tap. But I think what I would look for here is like a nice move into the order block with a nice reaction. So Filecoin is one that you can actually go and, like I say, I wouldn't set the limit order, but I would just set the alert for a nice position, right? So set your alert on a horizontal line, nice and deep in the order block. Once it comes into the order block, then bring up your RSI on the lower time frames and look for anything like, what I've actually done in the esports tournaments that has been so useful is you look for the market cipher confluence. And here we can see the market cipher confluence has already come in. Right there is your bullish divergence. We are getting a turnaround on VWAP. Does look like money flow wants to come up, but there we go. You're getting your confluence with another indicator, and that's very important. So file and near are looking like they want to go. All right, Fartcoin looking like it wants to come up to a short level. It's a relatively small order block. Be careful, but we could see a nice rejection here. So I hope everybody's taking notes. Next SMC video. Did you watch the SMC video on Coin Bureau? Because it's a banger. And yeah, the next one I'm gonna look at FVG, change of character. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into it. Already mitigated. Okay, interesting, interesting. Touched and it's already up. So if it touches the order block and it's already up, like disregard the order block if you didn't get in, basically, is what I'm hearing. Like if it's already tapped and you missed it, then you missed it. Thank you, Tuffy. 1387 DCA zone. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's do a few more alts on the daily, and we're gonna go into the 15-minute. I know y'all really want like, some trades, but yeah, this one's looking good. Pendle's looking interesting here for the short. Very interesting. So we can see here we've got a daily bearish order block, and we've got a 4-hour bearish order block on Pendle. We got a green dot here. Money flow is pointing down. VWAP is pointing down. The only problem is here we got a green dot, right? So just wait for the red dot. But this 4-hour does look good on Pendle. And then what I like to do here is basically now we see the daily and the 4-hour are at order blocks. So then at that point, what I'll do is I actually take off the SMC and I go to the 15-minute. And then I bring up, what did I do? And then I bring up this rhyme, right? In the 15-minute, it flops around a lot, but just wait for your overbought on both of these, and then look for your short. And of course, make sure you're still in the bearish order block on the higher time frames. But yeah, this is looking like a nice one here in Pendle. Look at that beautiful bullish divergence. Very nice. Oof, double bull on market cipher. And here you can see it's so nice when you're trading order blocks because, someone said it earlier in the stream, like you've got your take profit right there. Like this looks like it could be a pretty easy move. From bearish OB to bullish OB. It makes it like, playing Super Mario with the cheats on. It makes trading fun because it just moves from the order blocks. I mean, look at that. TRX, beautiful move. We had the bullish divergence on the daily. Like when you see this, I mean, this is crazy, right? It doesn't happen that often. But this is the time when you really get into a trade. You want to feel strong. right? We saw the green dot trigger wave. We saw the bullish divergence. We saw the rhyme between the stochastic and the RSI. We saw everything. The bullish order block. And yeah, that popped off. That really, really popped off. Look at that. From the top of the order block, 3% up. Very, very nice. And we've still got a lot more room for this trade. Of course, it's easier in retrospect. All right, let's go through a few more altcoins. And make sure, you set up your watch list nicely. With a whole lot of coins. And then just screen through them. Screen through them. So I think this is what Tuffy was kind of mentioning. Like, if the order block gets tapped and makes a move and then like it's already been mitigated, like watch out, right? Just be very careful in entering the move like once it's already given a move from that order block. Like rather look at this. Well, I guess this order block's also been bust already. So wait for new information. Polkadot. A lot of people giving up on Polkadot, right? But that's nice. We got a market cipher bullish divergence. We got a tap of the oversold plus stochastic in the oversold. No real movement here yet and no order block on the daily. Not even a bullish order block on the 4-hour. Getting bullish divergences on a lot of these altcoins. There's that sniper overlap. Sure. Manta. Crazy. Just inside a massive bullish OB. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. Give me 1 second. No, it's fine. Fine. We give you a hug. You're amazing. Thank you. Oh, dude, beautiful. Thank you. That's really beautiful. I'll show them now. They're gonna go nuts. Yeah, they'll go crazy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a few more minutes. I'm also so tired. Definitely. Yeah. No. You guys are so nice. So welcoming. So nice to be here. Yeah. Hopefully that was such pieces. Oh my gosh, no, this is incredible. Really, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really happy about it. Thank you. Bye. Let's get some else. All right, guys, I'm back. How crazy, my gosh. They have blessed me. Let's see what's in the bags. Let's see what's in the bags. So I know some of y'all have been asking me for merch. So of course, I'm at the headquarters. Let's see. So I have 5 of these merch packs, right? And they're all for you guys. They're all for you guys. I just need to figure out who's getting them. I know Tuffy's getting one, right? Tuffy, so one of these is for you. Super, super cool. Let's see what's inside. Oh, we got the Bybit socks. Oh, I love me some Bybit socks. That's what's up. Let me make this big. Here we go. All right, so we're going to think of some kind of competition, right? Because it costs a lot to send the merch overseas, which is the problem. But we'll figure something out, right? We'll figure something out. Tuffy, we're already going to make a plan to send you some merch because you give so much to the community. But really, I mean, wow. Bag label. Oh, I really need one of those. Oh, so cool. Bybit notepad. Can never get enough of those. And this is one of the coolest things I've seen. These are amazing. This is a Bybit towel. So really, your house can be Bybited up with the Bybit towel. Super amazing. And now I need to figure out a way to get all of this merch into my luggage. Honestly, don't know how I'm gonna do it. But let's try. I've got 5 of these merch packs to get into my luggage, and I've already got no space in my luggage. Whew. I might need to even get another bag. No idea how I'm gonna do it. Alright, but there we go. We are on fire with merch. Absolutely on fire. And that's the word. Hodl, right? Hold on for dear life. And look at that, I just rock up and they make a plan to give me all of this merch. It's the best treatment, the best treatment. Alright guys, I think it's time to end off soon, right? I did promise that if we beat the 50 likes, I would do a little giveaway. It's not going to be a massive one, but I'll make a plan in a few minutes to do the giveaway. Oh, yours is booked, bro, and it's not just going to be this stuff. I've already got a merch pack for you at home. So now you're getting even more. We just need to figure out the courier. But I'm getting a bit better at the courier now. You know, we sent the stuff to Gibson, and Nigeria is like the hardest place to send stuff. So if I can manage to get stuff to Gibson in Nigeria, I can manage to get it to you, bro. Super cool, right? The Bybit merch is next level. Next level. And in Dubai, they have for me the backpack. So I just need to go pick it up because the backpack is the coolest thing. All right. It's already been 2.5 hours, so literally just a few minutes. Let's do, yeah, any altcoins that you want to look at. Let's finish this daily time frame. I'll do APT. Let's just see if there's anything else popping off here. Interesting. Whoa. Eesh. So just be careful with your longs, right? And maybe Tuffy, you know, this is one of the reasons you closed your long, but look at that, right? S&P. S&P is at S&P 500 at the bearish order block. Looking like a bit of a retracement on the tech stocks. We've still got room to the upside on Bitcoin before the next bearish order block on the daily. But then what I want to do here is actually show you guys how amazing this is, right? So you take the 5-minute time frame and you open it up real close. But don't stress, I will do APT. But you open it up real close and look at that. You can literally scalp with this. So you wait for the RSI to come down to the bottom, you wait for Market Cipher to print a green dot, and then you've already got 5 levels of confluence if you're at an order block. And you can literally watch this on the 5-minute time frame. It is such a beautiful strategy. I've literally made money with this in the esports trading competitions. So you just, like right now, we're seeing Ethereum come into this bullish OB. So then you wait for Market Cipher to print its green dot. You wait for the RSI to come into the oversold. And you can see Stochastic is already there. It's already wanting to cross over. So RSI, you wait for it. Market Cipher, you wait for the green dot. And I'm tempted to even watch this now because, yeah, it's a strategy that you can literally live trade. Really fun strategy, but you don't enter unless you get the Market Cipher green dot. And then you will literally see it pop off. What I do if I'm trading like this, I'll open up Bitcoin on another screen and I will make sure that Bitcoin has a green dot. Because if Bitcoin has a green dot, then I'm okay to go long on an altcoin. All right, how y'all doing in the chat? Oh, thank you so much, man. Big ups, huge appreciation, brother. I actually think I'm gonna come up the East Coast, man, because I'm just missing it. I need a break. I'm gonna grab my partner and we're gonna come up the East Coast. I see Comp got some action. Comp, interesting. Oh, so cute, guys, so cute. Got some fans. I love it. All right, so I actually just want to watch this for a little bit. So, all right, so now's the time I can actually take to set up the giveaway. But just remember, like, you have to be under my link, right, for the giveaway. So I know some people get sad because only after I post the giveaway is when they realize that you have to be under my link. But of course, if you're trading under my link, then I get a percentage of your fees. So if you're trading under my link, then you help me, right? You help me. I'm from South Africa, brother. I'm from South Africa. But I'm a world traveler. All right, so make sure you sign up under my link. You got a few more minutes. And then even if you're only signing up under my link now and you get the giveaway, you've got 24 hours to do your KYC before you'll lose the giveaway. But let me pull up a banner here. All right, let me do this one. And if you already have a Bybit account, you can transfer your KYC. It's pretty easy. You just go to KYC and you go to transfer, you go to identity transfer, and then you just transfer it to the new account. But I'm very curious if this 5-minute trade is going to pop off here. Like as soon as that market cipher green dot prints, like you can already see how the RSI is coming closer and closer towards the oversold. Then you wait for that green dot. Yeah, and then you bang it. You bang it. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit dark now. Let me create a giveaway. Well, very nice. Tuffy killing it as always. I see the profits. That's awesome, man. All right, so how many people are we live? How many people are we live? 57 across platforms, 16 on YouTube, doing well, 65 likes. Nice, bro. I think it's your first stream, right? It's your first stream with me. Yeah, there's nothing better than Bybit giveaways. They're so much fun. It'll just be so cool if this trade pops off live. And you can see how we trade this 5-minute smart money concept indicator. All right, let me know in the chat if you're still with us, if there's anything you want to look at. We will still do APT, but let me know if there's any other altcoins that you're looking at. And I mean, it's crazy. Look, this is the first altcoin that we looked at on the 5-minute time frame, and it's in an order block. It's crazy, right? Okay, so I'll do a giveaway for 5. Do a giveaway for 5 people. And I know it's hard. Like, I know if you've been here the whole time, please don't get sad if you don't get the giveaway. Please don't get sad. But yeah, there's many more to come, guys. There's many more to come. All right. I'm almost there. You know, it's so crazy. I'll show you something. So this is only one account, right? And there's other accounts that I've done giveaways from. I don't know if you can see that, but that's now over $1,000. Over $1,000 that I've given away to the crew. All right, let's do 5. Equal amount. Always get that wrong. All right, so remember you have to be under my Bybit link, right, to get the giveaway. And it's just something small to say thanks. It's not a big one. Oh, bro, touching my heart, touching my heart. That's what it's like you're not even, been long in the community, and this is what I always say, right? The real gift here is the knowledge. All right, I hope you're not spamming here. This seems like a spammer, so everybody just be very careful. Aurelio buys crypto wallets. Interesting, interesting. No, brother. No, brother. You're the G. You're the G. Okay. Face ID. Let's go. Yo, this Ethereum trade is just not popping off, hey? Double G's. Man, that's a pretty big bra. If it's double G's. Do we have any ladies in the chat? Shout out to the women. Are there any ladies in the chat? Let's see it. Let's see it. Yeah, I think it is a scammer. I think it is a scammer, Tuffy. Let me quickly ban the user. There we go. Boom. Okay, Ethereum just not popping off yet. Okay, cool. Giveaway's ready. Alright, so I think I'll drop the giveaway in this chat, not in my channel. Because y'all are here, right? Y'all are doing the work. Y'all are the ones that deserve. APT eating my heart. Okay, let's have a look at APT while we wait for this Ethereum to pop off. What happened to our order block? What happened to our order block? Just disappeared. Dang. Order block gone. Anyway, I'm gonna scroll through these 5 minutes now. I really want y'all to see how amazingly they pop off. That Ethereum one just disappeared, so obviously like the indicator's trying to make up its mind. Okay, APT. Let me first do some analysis here on the larger time frames. We got a green dot on market Cipher. We are literally oversold in both the regular and the stochastic RSIs. So it's looking pretty bullish, although, there's like nothing here. There's just wick. So just be careful. Wow. Yeah, I can see why you're struggling with this. I can see why you're struggling with this. This is brutal, man. Yeah. It's looking kind of bullish, but it's like if it's this bearish on the weekly, then I would wait for this weekly RSI or this weekly market cipher. So yeah, this is not fun. This looks like some kind of fundamental damage. I mean, this is just not doing what it should, so be very careful here. And really, I would be so careful here. Like, I would wait for this level. So let us know, like, are you in the long trade here? Are you bleeding? Because, I mean, we're even falling below our daily channel. It's like not looking good. It looks like something bad is happening with APT on a fundamental level. It's like people are really selling out right now. Okay, we do have a daily green dot. So at least that's looking a little bit bullish. Really, there's no order blocks or anything. It's very hard to find another time that price action was at this level. Yeah, you're not really getting confluence with your daily and your 4 hour. So just let us know what your trade is here, but it's looking bad for some reason. Like nothing's matching up. You're getting some bullish divergences on the 30-minute, but yeah, I don't know. It's looking a bit weird. Even 5 minutes not giving you the bullish order block. You are getting the green dot. You are getting the RSIs in the nice position. But yeah, definitely no SMC here. Yeah, I wish I had more to tell you here, man. I wish I had more to tell you. Like, there's a possibility of an up pump here because, we got the green dot, but look at the money flow. Like, it's looking terrible. It's looking terrible, man. VWAP wants to cross down. Money flow pointing down. So yeah, let me know, like, what is your trade on APT? It's super bleeding. Okay, at least if it's spot, that's fine. Let it bleed, man. Let it bleed. Do not sell at a loss. Do not capitulate. Like, just wait. Right? The RSIs can only go so much further down. And yeah, if you want to look for like a turning point here, then look at this weekly RSI. Right? You want the weekly RSI to come down into that oversold. So yeah, Tuffy, this is what I've been having struggles with, man, is I can't, like, sometimes the OBs show up, right? So help me out here. All right, so like if we go to the 15-minute time frame, let's just go to a coin that has like a bullish and a bearish order block. Or like there were quite a few on the 5-minute. All right, so now if I go to my settings, let's just make this larger. So I couldn't, like, I don't know, it's strange. Like once before I've seen an FVG. Um, so if I'm in the settings here, mode, historical, style colored, color candles, show internal structure, confluence filter, swing structure, internal order blocks, swing order blocks. Is it maybe? Wow, that looks like one that I've needed to actually put on. Okay, let's see. Is it literally just that I've had off? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I've just had it off. I've just had the fair value gap off. Maybe I took it off to make it like more simple for the other tutorial. But yeah, I need to do another tutorial on using these FVGs. Alright, so super interesting. It's as easy as that. And let's see now if we can find a 5-minute like with an FVG. Oh, there we go. Okay. Interesting. So this I still need to figure out, like how to trade with the FVGs. But basically, I guess what you're looking for here is a move from the order block to like your first take profits at the FVG, right? That's what like I'm guessing. Like if you got in at the wicks here, I mean, of course, you take your first take profit at a 1-to-1, and then maybe you take your next take profits at the FVG. But what I'm seeing here is this is the bearish FVG. So yeah, this I still really need to understand. Two bearish break of structures. Interesting. Yeah, no, that money flow in APT is like straight down. Terrible. All right, on short, on BTC Skull 15, trigger wave set on check Discord. Interesting, interesting. Let me bring up the Discord. All right, many strategies on the FVG. I mean, on this Sol trade, it's looking quite juicy. Of course, you have to look at Bitcoin if you're trading alts, right? So you have to go to Bitcoin and make sure there's bullish momentum coming in on Bitcoin. And if there is, then you can look at entering these kinds of 5-minute trades. But yeah, this one looks like it could. It's given us a double tap. And it is a slightly higher low here on the 5-minute. So this could be quite a nice move on Sol. And yeah, I think it is time to hop off. I'm sure we're all getting super, super tired. Agen, interesting. So nice. Look at that tap on Ape. XLM gave us a tap. All right, there's Pepe. There's Pepe on the 5-minute. I remember someone was asking for Pepe. And yeah, of course, go to Bitcoin, wait for some kind of a green dot. But we can see Pepe is giving us here a trigger wave. And then not quite oversold on the RSI. But we are seeing VWAP cross up. It's got a bit of a curve, so like not the strongest move. And money flow is pointing down. But we are seeing the bullish OB. We are seeing the bullish OB. All right, guys, I think it's been long, right? It's been almost 3 hours now, so let's hop off. It's like I get addicted to being on the charts with my crew. And I just have so much fun trading like this. So next week we'll do a live trading stream where I'll actually be on my funded MUBITE account and we'll do like some fun trades. We'll do some fun funded trades using this SMC indicator. H bar looking good on the 5-minute. But you can see what a magical indicator it is to have, right? Like you can just have so much fun on the chart, sit there all day just looking for the coins that are in the OBs, and it's like such a nice feeling like when you find one. Obviously you need to be like in trend with what's happening on Bitcoin. But yeah, so nice. Was that BTCD that was in the bearish order block? Interesting. Yeah, find the trend on Bitcoin and then look for the coins that are in that order block direction on the 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly go back to that ETH one. ETH bullish order block just disappeared. It's gone. It's gone. All right, all right. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been absolutely awesome. Some do wait to break FEGs, but then it's like you're already so far from the OB. Then take a long when the bearish FEG is broken. Yeah, I get it. When an OB breaks, it becomes a breaker block. It was weird on the Ethereum one though. Oh, okay, so the Ethereum one reached the bottom of the order block. Okay, interesting. becomes a breaker block. So that's like a support and resistance flip kind of thing. Interesting. I'm learning. I'm learning. All right, cool guys. I could do this forever, but I think let's hop off. It's been absolutely amazing. If you haven't smashed the likes yet, please do smash the like button. And let me bring up the giveaway. Please don't be sad. Please don't be sad if you don't get the giveaway. And listen to the crew. Like, just try to get the real value, which is the learning, right? The real value is the learning. Just see what's happening. All right, so we got an extra hour, which is really, really cool. All right, Tuffy sent me his settings. Okay, beautiful. I will align my settings to yours. Thank you so much, brother. Always looking out for the crew, and maybe I should put that in my next videos, like the settings. Oh, we're getting spammed here. We're getting spammed. Let me delete this comment. I think it'll still come down, yeah. So of course, if you see the order block disappear, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Okay, I'm pulling up the giveaway now. I'm sorry, it's a bit slow today because I'm on a different setup. But give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, and there is a password. So go ahead and scan the QR code. Is it big enough? Is the QR code big enough? Let me make it big. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the giveaways are all about luck, guys. The giveaways are all about luck. All right, so let me know if you're ready for the password. And I will drop the password in the chat. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? So I think if you're watching on your phone, I know on iPhone you can like hold down on the QR code. And I think if you're on Android, you have to like screenshot and then go to the photos and then tap the QR code. Yeah, I think same on iPhone. You have to, I don't know, I'm a bit confused how it works, but if you're on desktop, it's the easiest because you can just use your mobile camera to scan the QR code. All right, no one can claim yet because I haven't dropped the password. I haven't dropped the password, but it's in the chat box and it's ready to drop. So if I get 5 readies in the chat, I will drop the password. So let me know if you're ready for the password. All right, Bridget's ready. Oh, why these chat comments are so slow? It's like coming through slow. But Bridget's ready. Eric is ready. Abrar is ready. Let's go. Dimitri is ready. One more. Okay, Tuffy, let's go. All right, I'm dropping it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. You should be seeing the giveaway code. And now I will check who's claiming. All right, 3 have claimed. 3 have claimed. We got Ami, we got Moose, we got XW. XW Rar, I think that's you, Abrar. Well done, well done. Okay, we got Moose. I guess that's Mustafa, but it says pending identity verification. So remember, you have to do your KYC within 24 hours or you will lose the giveaway. And Ami. All right, so let me know if you got it. And there we go. 5 of 5 claimed. We got Sniper. High risk account. Tuffy, I'm guessing that's one of your accounts. High risk account. Ami, Moose, XWR, and Sniper. Congrats, guys. Congrats. And please don't be sad if you didn't get it. There's many more. And, mainly just come here for the fun. 5th account. Crazy, bro. Well, it's just a little one, but make some dollar. Make some dollar. Flip it. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It has been absolutely real. It has been 3 hours, 1 hour longer than I expected. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. I will see you in the communities. I will see you for the next live stream. Please remember to touch grass this weekend. And of course, as always play from a position of power and strength. Use your stop loss and do not get wrecked. So much love and respect to each and every one of you. Peace out, y'all.